I think it's safe to say that we're back, chat. I think it's safe to say that we're officially back with 1v1 me CS2. It's been a minute. I know. It's been a minute. It's been a couple of days since I was around here. The weekend, I was gone. Monday and Tuesday, I was gone. But we're never more back than we are now to kick off yet another week. 4, as a matter of fact, on the 3rd day. I had some minor health complications coming up in the last few days, but you know what? Let's not talk about that. Let's focus on the task at hand. It's going to be another set of games that I'm excited to see as per usual, with a little bit of a hiatus now that's built up my anticipation. It's going to be the schedule on the board for the night we're going to take a peek at right about now. Thanks for joining me. It was a joke. It was just my my little NFL sound effect I really wanted to do. So let's actually do that, take a look at the schedule thing that I was saying, because it's probably going to get us on a better track for the rest of the night. Funny little bit. Okay. Hambuga and Trick on the back-to-back. They're going to be going at that 11:30 game too. Tiski team on the other side. 12 o'clock strikes midnight on the Eastern Coast. STX and Laboom. Following that, Empathy and Trick, who return after their 11 p.m. game, pardon me, for an hour-and-a-half hiatus. And then the final of them, that's going to be Louie versus Laboom. So a lot of teams going 2 times over tonight. As a matter of fact, 3 rosters that are going to be going for a multitude of matches for tonight in particular, to which I have been very much so on the edge of my seat in anticipation, waiting to see again. So, without further ado, chat, I have a plethora of players to go through tonight as far as interviews are concerned. And for that first game, we're going to get the ever so slightly struggling Hambuga and Sky, who have seen some resurgences, seen some transparency that we have gone through, but ultimately I think have more to show overall. These players and these teams have had a serious resurgence in, I think, the last couple of days, in particular Hambuga and Sky having gone from what was a pretty deep drought early on in the season, having now gone a 4-game win streak. Team Fusion being taken down, Team Tiski being taken down, Team Caker being taken down, and most recently, Team Louie. So let's get some thoughts from the players, why don't we? Hello, good evening. How are we?
Well.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean?
Nothing. What's going on?
Nothing much, dude. I've been in the ER. Now we're back. So.
I was gonna ask you, how are you feeling?
Yeah. I think right now I'm feeling the best I have, to be honest with you, in a minute. And it was painful to try to set up for these couple of nights where I wanted to see you guys play and then come into this and have to say, well, can't go tonight, guys. Have to instead take a trip to the old hospital. But we are here. We're back, and I'm excited to get you guys. As it's been a minute since I've seen you play, but it also has been a minute since I've seen you guys go on a hot streak like this. 4 wins since I've not broadcasted you. Am I the problem?
You might
Probably.
just be honest.
I think I might be.
If it ends here, we know what the problem is.
Yeah.
When I talk to you, your voice just rings in my head for like an hour after.
Okay.
About you the whole time I'm
Okay.
playing, dude.
All right.
I always get a headache.
I'm just
It's
thinking
never
about
good.
you.
Okay, well, one of us gets a headache and the other one is thinking about me. I don't know. There's a little bit of a juxtaposition on the court right now, but no, I'm very excited to see you guys play again. And it's been a minute, and talk to me about that minute that we have been away for. Talk to me about the games that you've gone through in the last 4. Has this been a confidence builder now, seeing that you're on a positive record for the season?
Honestly, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think we've been building that experience that we need. I think compared to a lot of other people in the league, we've been honestly not playing that much because of the way we scheduled, but we're doing some head-to-heads. Like, we got some back-to-backs tonight. Like, we got another game coming up in 30 minutes after this.
I saw that. Yeah, you guys are switching it up a little bit, though, because initially it was a different pair of players that you're playing up against now. It's a shake-up. We've changed those out. Or actually, it was you who got shifted in, if I'm not mistaken. You're the team that's going on the doubleheader now. You replaced Fusion, correct?
Yes.
Yes, that's how it worked out. That's how it operated. All right, so with that, I want to talk to you just very briefly about the staking as it has been in this season and, you know, how you guys go up against the odds, just because I never really get an insight as to how you may feel playing with other people's money in your hands in some instances. Does it ever get on your pressure when you're going on that first game of the night that people are going to be eyeing on you, and then for the rest of it, or are you kind of just in one zone in your own game?
I never think about the stakers, to be honest. I'm just here to play and win.
Hambuga?
the stakers usually let me know that they're staking, but I'm still just playing the game, honestly.
For sure. Yeah, that's definitely fair. I think that you have displayed some serious resilience as far as that is concerned, and I think that a lot of teams have as well. Some people obviously taking things a little bit better, and some players and stakers, pardon me, taking things a little bit more difficult when they don't really go their way. So I want to ask you how you're going to be feeling up against Trick and Goodbye tonight, because this is going to be one of those, I believe, that this has been played over at least one time. No, a first-time matchup. That's actually shocking considering how many games they've played. Okay. What are your expectations just briefly before we go into a stake prediction?
I
mean,
can't say what I wanna
honestly,
say.
I think Brewery is probably our map. You know, like I think we're gonna win, but I have no prediction on them about how they're playing. Like they got a similar win percentage of us, but they just came off of a loss recently. So
Sure. Fair enough. I mean, you're going to be going into that game trying to keep them down and keep your trend up with them on that loss and you on the climb. So give me a quick prediction on what you think the score is going to be. I'm going to throw it over to you, Sky. I'm going to direct it straight at you.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll probably be good.
It'll probably be good.
No, it'll probably be like 9-4.
9-4. Okay. Oh,
9-4,
they
yeah.
can't hear you? My OBS says that your audio can come through. That's not good. Can somebody else in chat confirm that that's the case? I turned the audio up for them just a little bit for the next interview, I guess. But thank you for joining me. I'm going to slot the other team in before we do have to close the stakes. Thanks, guys. Good luck.
yep, thank you, man.
Absolutely. All right, tell me how this one goes, chat. I turned it up. Goodbye and Trick. They apparently they couldn't be heard in the last interview all that well. I might have been shouting over them. So, what do you guys feel about this current season staking now entering really a high time where double digits wins and double digits losses is on your plate? Do you feel like you've kind of built yourself into the season and you're not all that worried about the losses that stack so long as the wins are still coming in?
Yeah, I mean, we were just kind of talking about that when we were in the pre-match a little bit, and we want to keep stacking wins. Why not? We don't want to really leave a doubt when it comes time for playoffs. We want to be one of the top seeds going into it and get one of the weaker teams as our first round matchup, and really just kind of establish ourselves down the stretch here. We're only at like the midway point, but there's plenty of CS left to be played.
Yeah, that's 100% factual. I mean, Counter-Strike and 1v1 me feels like it's, obviously relatively quick because they're 2v2s, but the sheer number of the matches that you're going to be playing is probably making up for a lot of that time that would otherwise be a best of 3 even in some instances in a full game, maybe even probably more as you go across the whole season. It feels like a serious league in some capacity. So, goodbye. I'm going to ask you how you feel about the longevity of these maps that you're playing out currently, because obviously as well there's only 6 of them. It's not a 7-map pool like Counter-Strike is typically, and there is only so much that you can figure out. How have you settled in as an individual or as a team in these maps, do you feel, at this point?
Yeah, I mean, we're actually talking about a little bit about this too right before we hopped in here, but we were just talking about our experience on Assembly, one of the maps, and I was saying that I'm really looking forward to playoffs and hopefully being able to ban a map so we can get rid of that and never have to play it.
I mean, yeah, maybe in the future that'll be something where it comes down to the best of one, ban, pick, or rather, I guess,
Yeah.
ban. But we'll see. Obviously, this season pretty much set in stone as it is, so we'll see how the learning experience goes for everybody. But what do you learn to gain from this game based on the scoreline that you have predicted for me? Are you feeling that you're coming into this one hot, or are you feeling like this one might be a little tighter?
I think we're gonna come in hot. We've got some experience on Brewery. I think we're on like a 2-win streak on Brewery, so he's got to keep it going and pull it through.
Send out the numbers.
I'm gonna give you a prediction here.
Here it is.
I'm predicting a 9-5.
A 9-5, a daily job. Sorry to slur that. A lot of people are going to be coming into 1v1 me to try and avoid. We'll see if you can bring it to them in a little bit. 30 seconds till stake and close. Thanks you. I'll see you in a little bit, potentially for the winner's interview.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, guys, with that, you've heard from everybody. 30 seconds left, as mentioned. I'm going to be going personally with the side of a Goodbye and Trick by a 9-7 scoreline. I think this one is going to be an absolute heater. I really can't foresee it going any shorter than that. I'm very, very much so ready for this one to be a game to remember for the night as well. As we do go into that one, we will be watching Hambuga on purpose. We will be sticking with Hambuga, okay? So bear with me. He's the one that we're going to be looking for the number of kills, above or below 6. I don't know, if you bet that he would go below 6, I think you're a little bit crazy, to be completely frank with you. I think that's a little bit wacky, a little bit wicked, a little bit silly even, so to speak. So let's see what we've got on the docket for that. So chat, I'm back. I can see all your messages now. It has been a while, so I appreciate you bearing with me and stopping in for another set of games. But good Lord, has it been a wild week for good old Why Not. As a matter of fact, I'm going to just grab really fast off of my bed a pillow to sit on because my back is shot from all of the travel. Just want to make sure that I'm comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Tony, how your day been? Well, it's the first day in the last 3 that I haven't been to a hospital room, so that's pretty cool. I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty nice. Feeling pretty nice. But, you know, Counter-Strike is life. We're back. Obviously, you know how much I care about this game and like this game, so I hope you guys are starting to really warm up to it too. In the 1v1 me scene, we've given a lot of passion to a lot of these content creators, players who are also at some of the highest level that North America has to offer. So you're growing on me a bit, not going to lie. For real. You guys are growing on me too. I promise you that. We got our good eggs. I know you. Booga been hot. Let's keep it going, says Baby Jug. I'm about that. VenomX Nate, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome back. One of the most dedicated Twitch chatters that we have in the 1v1 me season thus far. That's kind of dope. Love to see you popping in every time and giving the support to the homies. Giving a little bit of that predictions without going overboard. Love that. Love that. Growing in me. Hey, yo. Growing in you. Stop that. Stop that, bro. Bro, that cold Pepsi looks fire, doesn't it? It's like literally perfectly chilled, bro. All right, we're going to be getting in with Hamburger, though. We're going to be getting down and dirty with the game. Their game is pretty dang loud, if I'm being honest with you.
You insta-swing that shit. You just get the bomb down easy.
Turn that down a little bit so you can hear me.
You drop me the bomb.
Let me know if they're too loud or too quiet, but here we go. Okay. Brewery, baby. Oh, my God, I'm so excited.
Oh, my God, I'm lagging on this thing. On the right.
Trying to keep this bomb planted safe. That's usually how this map goes, that you tuck a little bit deeper. But Goodbye actually got early boosted with the dualies. That's kind of nasty. He gets right up in there before they even have a chance to react. Damn. How many games you hosting, Tony? Like, how many games, like, how many matches of Counter-Strike tonight? Or how many different games on the 1v1 me app? Your mom loves me.
Don't worry.
What's up, JJ? How you doing, bro? How you doing tonight?
I'll show you something. I got you.
How you doing? How you doing? I think Goodbye got that first blood.
Bomb down again. You can drop me. I have max 10.
Goodbye got that FB.
I got a snipe.
Now just keeping speed, man. They actually buy back into this one with SMGs. Seeing them fly over in this direction and then get stopped by the incendiary, that's going to be tough. They're going to get their momentum completely halted. They could also be to that close right position that Goodbye was in the last round. I have to wonder if they're setting up for it. Should be fine for this plant. They don't have fully automatic rifles trained on this position, so Hamburger gets exposed. Loses barely any HP, to be honest with you. And now they're just going to take these duels straight up in a few seconds here. Oh, no. A little bit of a body block there. Looking for the Galil. It's to your left. It's below you. Maybe just stick to the SMG at this point, bro. Going to be able to spam down the first with him. Not low enough as Trick, and he doesn't even shoot him at that point. He ain't got the HP on him at that point. Doing great. Today has been a great day. I love to hear that. I hope everybody had a great day, to be honest with you. The hump day sadness is almost over. It's Thursday in an hour for most people, or at least on the East Coast.
He was like trying to jump up, but he missed it. I was playing for that.
Any East Coasters? Shout out to my New Jerseyans, if any.
They have somebody jetty on the right side. I'm just gonna try and kill him.
Damn, that cold Pepsi com was really good. Gonna head to the store after this. I feel you. I feel you. A little bit of inspiration. I don't really. Oh, Hamburger. Oh my God, they could be right beneath him, but he'll never know. That would have been wicked. No clear though. They heard the jump.
One's on the right side.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a jump there. And at that point,
Stuck on nothing, bro. Oh, there's a railing. Fucking mid.
it's just gonna be a matter of time. A war of attrition. Who budges first? The Hamburglar or the man deep right? They're going to need to go for some kind of information play at some stage in this one, I can only imagine. It's just mattering to me who's going to do it first, left or right. Trick sees him, but it's going to be his demise. Tough scenes. Now GB has a chance to bring it home for the boys. Hamburger not losing any health in that first 1 versus 1 really brightens up his opportunities for this round. Shot in the back, not actually connecting though. Second tap, swung wide, center sight should be easy enough to spam him down. So clean. A little bit too much movement coming in there from Goodbye, to be honest with you, that he can take him down, no problem. That's already half of the 6 kill count that we were talking about before, guys. Big pimpin'. What up, man? Oh my god, the 5.7 blasts, bro. Oh my god. That's an AK-47. No contest. Sky can't even get close to be able to try and keep that gun away from their grasps, man. But, I mean, listen, if you're tricking Goodbye right now, you don't really have reason to move anymore. You can just wait for Sky. You can play out that time and allow them to make the sound cue on that tap. Then just converge on that one angle, man. No problem. Come from every angle, coming from every side. Lock it down.
This is so awkward.
40 seconds to continue to look around, though, if you are Sky. I mean, you're not really hard-pressed for seconds to try and clear them out. El Tigre. I bump with that. And now they know the one is just beneath and below, and no finish onto the frag. I wonder where GB has gotten off to with that AK-47 otherwise, though. But the pistol did enough damage to where I'm not that worried. I think this should be the conversion. It should be easy enough for Team Trick, to be honest with you. There it is. 98?
What the fuck?
That sucks. That's a sad horn if I've ever heard, bro. That is a sad trombone. That's tough, guys. That 2 HP difference maker for Hambuga. Could have been the round right there. Had me frowning hard. Deagle can't afford a rifle this round, so they've got to save. Using this Desert Eagle, they could still very much so get a kill. That'll boost them forward. I actually thought that was almost a headshot. It looked like it clipped the wall just right where the head was covered. Dancing with the devil right now. Oh, burning, 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 sticking the plant. Now allowing a 1 versus 1 for their teammate to play, though, with now time on the opponent. AK-47. Surely not going to be a ninja. That would be wild. Spam inside that smoke. Sky just trying to get them off. And they have actually gone for the full-on stick there trick. It doesn't work out. They drop the flash on the bomb. And that's that. So fresh and so clean.
They just have somebody deep right side and then somebody on the left. They're just doing the setup that we've been doing. I'm gonna see if I can just walk up and get cheeky again.
Something ain't going right here on Brewery. In the initial couple of rounds, maybe for Hambuga and Sky, but they look like they've kind of reacclimated. That Molotov means nobody's going to be beneath that. No more funny business. No more goofing around.
Yeah, I'm in a super cheeky angle right now.
And now it's another waiting game. It's another moment where Hambuga just sits in this position to where last time he had done this, he swung wide, and Trick just so happened to be on that left side waiting for him to come from the doorway, not from out in the midst of nowhere.
You can stay mid. I'm gonna drop.
That makes sound when they drop. Player in the site with the SMG can only do so much, but GBB gets absolutely snapped on.
Nice.
Easiest collect to the headshot. And now we're at a tie game, just like that, just like that. Turn on a dime. 2v2s have that possibility. Can really throw a spanner in the works. That Molotov's honestly going to be huge for the rest of this game because it's stopping them from doing anything all too crazy as a double spray down onto 2 players without armor. Not even a problem. Hambuga hits the 6 kill count. For anybody who picked that one, you already hit the over. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Set up again. I have a feeling.
This is a CT setup map, so we're doing really good.
Yeah. They smacked mid. It's not close.
Heard a scream in my living room.
Wanna come plant?
All right, I don't know what that was. My bad.
Careful
On
of
your
jump
left
up.
side.
This guy's just punching the code.
I'm gonna respawn.
Problem if the back line is unexposed, though.
They jump up, dude. I mollied it. They do it late, dude.
It's all good.
That is crazy. Alright,
I should've been
cheeky,
holding that.
cheeky CT side here.
I'm not fair, but jump up because it tells me trading when they're on.
4-4 tie score. Doesn't get much closer than that. My boy Hamburger got this sure in the bag.
And no good hoppers.
This shit's serious.
Oh, great.
This is probably one of the closer brewery games we've seen at a halftime, to be honest with you. It's usually a lot more agape, like
Rider getting hyped, dude.
6-2. Close enough to that. I see Caucasian Baller in the bottom right in Hambuga's chat right now, actually. I don't know if you guys peeped that.
Right side. Both on side.
Yeah, on site right now. Connor.
I'm flanking.
Planter
Connor last.
has that one easy.
Spider-Man.
And the next one even
Flanking, so good
easier.
for the top.
They're just in the middle of nowhere.
What the fuck? I like started defusing and then it took you over.
Yeah, cause I'm the host. We're playing his check, dude. I've been in multiple pugs where he dropped 0 kills, dude. I'm not joking.
Wait, look, you can jump on this side of the rally, you can't jump on the other side.
Yeah, that's cheeky. They got bomb plant.
That 1 round difference is really tightening now, team. It's not looking all that bad. Aggressive play from Hambuga, though? Questionable. I wonder how this will work out.
Push into the window here.
I'm not really feeling all that great. Trick actually disconnects as that kill goes down, though.
I got his deagle, so.
Timeout taken. I think the damage already went down. Not sure, though. Waiting on some information to come through.
What does GB stand for? Good boy?
Maybe you say his name with a lisp. Goodbye.
What did he say? Did he just say good boy?
Oh, it's 11-11, make a wish. Oh, you're in fucking central.
10-11, make a wish.
I gotta get like a awkward sound effect. Talking about pet names.
Yo, he got disconnected, I guess.
Start of the round, it just auto DC'd me.
Looks like we will be getting some
How does this work?
messages from our admins on how to get this one
So it should be pretty easy.
figured out.
One round after half, so you guys can just get the kills and the bomb plant stuff like that.
So
I
restart.
got pistol
Okay.
or second
Okay.
pistol.
So do you want us
But
to
we do have-
replay the whole game out up to that point, or do you want us to
We
play
just keep
from
trying.
second half pistol?
Yeah,
could-
you do have to get it to 4-4. Just we do have to get it back to actually 4-4, but like obviously the kills
Okay.
don't matter. And
So we
stuff,
switch
you
sides
can
then,
just
right?
put it back.
Okay. Yeah, 6 cents.
Okay. Oh. Gotta restart the game again.
So you heard that? Everybody heard that?
So just kind of run up and just kill until we get back to second half scoreline, 5-4.
Yeah, just get it to 4-4, and then you'll just
Play
actually
and then
recreate the
hit
5-4
with
round.
kills if
Simple enough. It's just gonna be that second round pistol or rather the round after the second pistol redone.
I'd like 3.
Should not be a problem.
Does the stats matter?
They already
Yeah,
have the
stats-
stats track now.
Yeah, the stats don't matter. Just
Okay,
the only
just get
thing that
the
matters
score.
is the money right on second half.
Okay. We'll let you guys get forward first, and then we'll go back and.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then for second half, we just got bombed down on pistol. You guys got both kills.
Yeah.
And then after that, we'll be live.
It's unfortunate. Sorry about that,
Head armor.
Everybody hearing that? Everybody hearing that?
Isn't your commando like end freeze time early?
I think so. I don't wanna.
All right.
Any command
Seems like that's going to be our resolution. Just running it back to 5-4 and then kicking it off right after that pistol round conversion too.
No kills.
You know nothing about this game. I can educate you. It's a money-based game. Every round you get money, and that's what you can buy your weapons with. You can't start with any weapon that you want. There's a CT and a T side, basically attacking and defending. The CT's defending, the T's are attacking. T's need to plant the bomb, CT's need to defuse it. If you kill everybody on the other team before the bomb is planted, you win. Bomb plant gives you extra money. First to 9. If you tie it 8-8, we go back to a pistol round where everybody starts with only $800 to buy armor or a pistol or whatever nades you have within $800. That's pretty much it. Any gun is a one-shot headshot for the most part without armor, but with armor, most guns are not. You need to hit a considerable amount more.
Oh, you just want to die?
How is Ham going to play this next game if this BS is going on? We have 14 minutes left. They're going to be done by that point. No worries.
Okay, come aside. Alright, stop suicide.
So Val, but less graphics. Less graphics, less abilities, because abilities aren't in this game. More predictability, because this game has spray patterns. Valorant gets random after the first 5. The spread varies. I'll read that out loud. There you go, chat. The match will be recreated from the point of disconnection, score being Hamburger 5, Trick 4. We'll be recreating the score, and what shows in-game will match what shows up in the app. And we apologize and appreciate your understanding. Everybody in this game gets to buy the same things. You're all on the same playing field. You don't start with a kit or a loadout. You just buy whatever you can afford. Nah, chat, read it yourself. Bums. That's crazy. That's crazy. Score was 5-4. We're picking up at 5-4. Trick crashed on the second round of the half.
In the window room, like tracks the amount of bottles in the map. Wow. I have no idea.
And that's final.
Check that out.
Fun fact. Alright, so Jared got one, and I got one, and then you guys got one planet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Armor.
Buy something better than a knife.
No, I didn't.
That's so true.
Do one shot of body damage. No free full armor for you.
Maybe it's the guy with his knife out.
All right, here we go.
Just shoot me in the
Knife out shoot.
Here we go. 1v1 me Marvel Rivals would be way too much. That would be terrible.
Oh, you defuse as well. Huh?
Okay, go.
How many teams would you be able to get even that aren't bums?
Alright, cool. I'm gonna tell you guys now.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good luck, guys.
Alright, thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Sorry about that, guys.
All good.
Bay Harbor better how it go?
Alright, so we unveiled our grand strat.
D-Vault. Fun fact, in this game, you run faster with certain weapons out and slower with others. If you have a knife pulled out, you run faster than with any other thing that you can have in your hand in the game. SMGs faster than rifles. Rifles slower than
Maybe
SMGs.
just do the dumb lies, but you don't.
The AWP is absolutely butt slow. Here we go. Game once again live. Here we are.
I'm spotting your outside here. You just hold this. There we go.
Oh, he does have a pistol. I decided to run with a pistol and what
No,
pulls
no,
the knife.
made. It was too perfect.
Outside of
It's
window.
both, it's both.
Maybe I'm having a stroke. All right, that was easy enough from Sky, who just keeps kind of jump spotting over the top of the smoke. They're going to go over the site, looking for the last of them. Here's them around the bend, and then it's just going to be that 6-4 we were looking at. You do have to take time to switch, but it's not that long at all. You know when you should have your gun and when you should have your knife out.
They're like one
No,
force,
this
one
one's
save.
Nikki. No, he dropped them in the AK.
You got the lineup.
Nade after nade. Don't get caught on that cross. Thankfully, gun out for Sky, though. Not going to be getting into the middle of things all too quick. Nade to the window. Nobody holding right, so they actually could have gotten pretty quickly in that direction. But double nade, dink, and sink with the Deeg on the left side exposes Hambuga. Not great. Not great.
This is cheeky. I like this.
Frankly, this is like one of those must-wins feel. Oh, this is a corner that never is going to get cleared by goodbye.
Cleared ever.
That's what I'm saying.
This is a wait 50 seconds strat.
Oh my gosh. This is unbearable. This is just sit in camp. This is Call of Duty at its worst.
Oh my god.
Is that just a pre-fire shot from the Deagle to send a warning?
It's actually evil.
Send a message?
You can see me.
Oh?
Oh my god. This room doesn't get any cleared. And they're dead.
So fucked up. Dude, those nades you did were crazy too. Holy shit. That's
You need to
fucking
hit us
hilarious. Holy shit. You got me? Thank you. You got the lineup again.
You probably looked into the window room too and didn't see me.
No, it was 5-4. He disconnected on the round.
This is going to be 2 rounds left for Hambuga and Sky before it's game.
Single back here? I missed
That
that molly.
molly way missed.
Look how good the single is.
Yeah, pretty cheeky.
Tapping away inside that smoke deep left. Nothing to be seen.
Watch out on the left side peek.
It's a slow and steady game. If they show themselves now, though, they would have been right in the middle of no man's land.
This one's window.
They're really not caring about either the left or right side, it feels like, Hambuga and Sky. They're much more focused on mid without even batting an eye, but that plant looks to come through. The spam isn't on the mark of the money, and they'll be able to get it off.
Flash you.
Smoke redeployed, and honestly, this could be huge for Sky. Just be the 1-for-1. Underhand in, pop. It's perfect, potentially. One of them is blinded. GB still hits their shot on the head, and inside the smoke, Sky has the element of surprise now that they've dipped out of it.
Got this EF kit.
Only one more remains. Kit means that they can take the defuse with not 10 seconds, but 5 seconds remaining and still prove to be fine.
I think that was both of us.
Did we
Switch to
get the
Trick.
best
They only got 1 round left.
side in the game,
I ain't
or
switching. The
what?
game's going to be over.
I think so, honestly.
First to 9.
Wait, I said 9-4. We can't alter now.
That's facts.
Can you
that's
team kill? Yes. But don't. It's going to make winning a little harder. Dude, Sky wants to get all up in that.
I don't think clear me here.
They don't.
They want to drop deep into this bomb site. Hambuga,
Alright, they're not.
a little bit of an ugly first swing. Now you got to wonder if they do actually end up clearing Sky. They've gone quiet and dipped back. They've doubled down onto the walk around. I think they're just clearing back through CT spawn before they come over to the site.
Probably like, I gotta
Yeah.
flank, I gotta flank.
Yeah, that is exactly what they're saying right now. This would be a 1 versus 2
That's not him.
to really make good off of. The other player was in the window waiting.
Oh, they were so patient. I thought one caught a timing for sure.
No, I think they kept holding because I was pushing. They were expecting the double push.
Why are you pushing Brilliant?
I don't know. I saw you going, so
I was in the front spot.
that's true actually. I didn't mean to-
Dropping all these default nades. Oh my god. Bro. We get trolled. We get absolutely trolled. Hold on, I'll figure that out in the meantime between games. I gotta get that squared away. Why is this going on? How is this happening? You guys asked for Trick's POV? Well, it looks like we're going to that after all. That sucks. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry! I don't suck. I don't suck. 8 to 5. We're on it. We're on it. Very tight position right now for Trick. That's going to be one very impressive shot if they're able to just surgically get on through. What happened, ref? Nothing happened. The Twitch ad ran. You suck, Tony. Haha. You ain't got turbo, bro? You pay for turbo Twitch? Man, that's wicked. That's different. And still on that high angle, Hambuga remains there for nothing left to be seen. The GGs. And Hambuga and Sky win it out. Let's whip it back around. Let's whip it all the way back around. To my face. To my ugly mug. Before we drag in our winners for the interview. We don't have a whole lot of time, actually, between this and the next game, so it's going to be a quick one, a turnaround where we're going to actually let them loose. We're going to cut them loose because Hambuga and Sky are in the next game. So let's keep that in mind. Let's get that squared away real quick for you guys, though that ad thing doesn't happen again. I want to make sure you get the ideal experience. You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about it. There it is, bang. This next game, now that we got Hambuga once again, they're going to be playing up against Team Tiski. I can already just straight up start the pre-match on that bad boy so you can shift right on over and knowing where we're going to be moving for that one. Fat Guy, the player to watch for the kill count. Above or below 8? Could very well be. Could very well be. How do you guys feel about that last game, though? Did it meet up to the expectations? Did a lot of you hit your point? What's your suggestion on Laboom versus STX? Laboom versus STX. I'm going to go 9-6 for Team Laboom. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling that one pretty decent. Can you switch POVs? Oh, my bad. I can't really see Twitch chat while I'm going. I only have the one monitor, so I'm primarily feeding off from the 1v1me app chat. So I apologize if I miss you. Who pushes on Tiski team, Tony? Who pushes, as in like staking wise, or who pushes like who's aggressive? Who's the more aggressive of the two players? What are we thinking? Booga going for the back-to-back, though. Keep that in mind. Ready for drag? We don't got a whole lot of time.
You thought I was going to do it.
Boys, I don't got a whole lot of time to keep you here hanging on this one. I got to know what your predictions are now. We only got 2 minutes. What are we thinking? What are we feeling?
15-0.
15-0?
And I'm also predicting that everyone in my chat sends me death threats again.
Oh, really?
If history is to be believed, we just keep losing 9-8, so...
Okay. Again, another one where you guys are split. Last time this happened, I remember. It was now Tiski thinks they're going to wipe no rounds won by the other team, and Fat Guy thinks they're going to lose 9-8. That's what we're thinking right now. That's where I'm going to have to leave it. We only got 1 more minute before we get the stakes closed, so I'll see you in a bit. Good luck.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Hambuga and Sky. Okay. Hello, Hambuga. Hello, Sky. How are you? Congratulations on the win.
What's up?
What do you think the scoreline of the next game is going to be?
6-7.
6-7, no. But really quickly going into this one, I can keep you here for a minute longer because you're both the winner's interview and the next game interview. You won the last time around and it was a 9-6 victory. That time you had played over on Palai. I'm not sure how you want to pronounce that one, but your guess is as good as mine. Tonight you're playing on Whistle. Do you feel like there's going to be any change up there? How comfortable do you feel on this one in comparison to Palai?
We're very much more uncomfortable. Last time we played this map, we didn't really know how to play the map, but we managed to squeeze a victory out.
Okay, well, let's see if you can...
I know the cheese.
Let's see if you can make lemonade out of lemons. I'll see you in maybe a little bit here for the winner's prediction, though. Score, I'm going to need that before I shift you on down.
9-0.
9-0. I was thinking like 9-5.
6-7.
Okay, 9-0, 9-5, 9-6, 9-7. We'll see you in a bit. Good luck. Hopefully you're going to hit that back-to-back for your sake. Your season now about to hit 10 wins if you can do so. Good luck.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank
Feel
you.
better.
Thank you. What nice gentlemen. What nice, wonderful people we have in this division. If I do say so myself, I've got to say, and I will, and I did. So, see what that is going to be the case. That they're going to be able to make a mess out of this game as well in a good way, in the best way possible, because I am a firm believer in the fact that the games going back-to-back for teams is much more favorable than that of teams coming back after like an hour and then having to play another map. Like, if you take a look at our schedule, just to remind you for the rest of the night is what we're looking at, is going to be the case for Team Laboom. It's going to be the case for Team Trick and Goodbye, who already lost on the first of them, so you're not going to be feeling perfect going into the next, I can only imagine. It's going to be a bit of a problematic one to come back from, but one that we have seen happen before. We've seen these teams really show the mental fortitude and resilience even after losses, so maybe this is one of those nights. Maybe this is just one of those days, if you will. It's all about the he said, she said, but what he said, being the 1v1 me app, is that Fat Guy has a certain number of kills to collect upon, so they're going to be the one that we stick our globes onto for the rest of this one. We're going to be hanging with them for the rest of this one, but chat, how are we feeling? What are we leaning in the direction of right now as far as Tisky and Hambuga are? Give me your ideas. Give me your concepts. What do you got? What do you got? Lay them on me. What do you got? 1v1 me, please add late night matches. Is 1 a.m. not late enough for you, dude? Where you at? Where you at on this earth, on this globe? Booga just won a minute ago. It's true, they did do that. Tisky not winning no matter how much they need it. Oof, oof. JT next up, sitting them down verbally. Hamburger about to put belt to ass. That's good. That's good. Who you got to take into consideration when you're talking about these hours that you're staking on, that these people have to be actually playing at those hours too. You understand this, right? This is a concept that you do grasp, that there needs to be people who are willing to play at those hours of the day. You know what I'm saying? I do my research. Yes, you do. Very clearly. Very clearly. And I applaud you for that. I really do.
I'm so... Dude, I win.
Wait, he's got Tisky's cam on the bottom right. He's got Tisky's cam on the bottom right, too.
I just kind of want to like play off the ego that I had.
The dorks can stay up longer. The dorks. I like that. The dorks have come out to play.
Alright, bro, I'm one-tapping left side.
I'm one-tapping left side is the most confident call that I've heard from any player tonight or in many other nights in recent history.
Oh, wait, I can flank it though.
This could be a mean flank, honestly. Oh, Tisky's going to get run through. Fat Guy can't get there. Fat Guy can't help there. Actually, Tisky can do it on his own. Double down with the P250. Good lord.
Oh, wait, I shouldn't do that.
The goat of the goat.
See, the goat of goats, man?
Oh, my God.
The guy who had a goat
Fat Guy and Tisky hit some decent whistle matches.
Yeah.
Bro, you think they forced this? I'll literally just... I'm keeping my P2.
They're buying deagles.
Not putting my P2.
Tisky's due. That's some superstition I can potentially get behind depending on the night. That's not all that far a ways away. Fat Guy was pretty sick last week, I remember when watching, and it's been a while since that. But the Deagle of Sky, good lord. Decimation deep on the train yard. Oh my. That's a farted on moment if I've ever seen. Damn. Now Tisky's going to have to clutch up again. They don't have a weapon. They won last round, and they didn't invest in any other weapons to their arsenal. P250 is going to have to do it all. That's kind of wicked. The odds are absolutely stacked up against them, I got to say. I'm not really feeling all that comfortable about that much. And Sky's Deagle actually finds both players. They're comfortable enough to drop over that rifle to Hambuga and then just deal them the dirtiest of hands on the Deagle.
They're just playing this stupid angle. Can you boost me early?
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks. I took my Utah in case I die.
Oh my god.
Insta boost moment. Fuck,
Off
crap.
spawn boost, missed, trying to go for it again.
Bitchless.
I don't know where the rest of them could have gone. I don't really think that they're going to be giving up. Okay, I was going to say all that much vision for Hambuga and Sky.
Let me bait you because you have USP.
Let me.
Just I don't care if we make noise. Just run it. Just run. Right side. Fuck. That's all good.
You gotta bait me a bit harder. I think. It's all good.
Chat. That's Counter-Strike 101 on how not to win a round. Too fast, too quick, communications came too soon, corners go uncleared. And things just get a little bit too chaotic in a moment where you have the 2 versus 1 in a minute to play with on the clock. Tisky not playing with the favorite odds that are given to them. Good deagle shot from Tisky. That was preceded by a Tech 9 spam down to Hambuga, middle of the map. Okay. Okay. 2-2. This is not exactly how I thought this game was going to go, I got to say. It's feeling a little bit awkward.
If you want to go somewhere, tell me to come with you. That's what we do.
They want to play the bait and switch setup. There's some good-ass baiting to be done in Counter-Strike. I will tell you, chat. It's a very heavy baiter game.
Nothing. I'm swinging wide. Come here.
Surely, I was going to say they don't play in that same corner cubby. They don't. They don't.
One side. It's half wall stuck. Half wall stuck.
Oh, and both of them get caught in no man's land on the left-right side swing, too. Deagle again for Sky, man.
That's a weird angle. It's all good. You want to reboost again?
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I'm down.
Just go a little more to the right so I can actually get off the angle. Yeah, that's good.
Now,
I'm just staring.
trying this spawn boost time and time again works kind of intermittently. I mean, it seems like Tisky gets it more than he doesn't. And they still have yet to really
He was walking up
make any sort of
to the right
accommodation
side,
for
so I'm
it.
assuming deep. It should be deep somewhere. Can you smoke? Can I smoke? Yeah, I want to smoke tap. I want to smoke tap.
They want to get that bomb
Well,
close
I'm gonna
enough to the
take
site to
worst
bait
for
that
us.
player out.
Please tap a call.
Again, Tisky wants to go fast. Again,
No,
Tisky wants to
yeah,
get on the
just
move.
Tap in the fucking smoke. I'm flashing for the run up. Flashing. Careful your left.
Player
Oh,
finally spotted.
ready
This
to
should
go.
be a free plant, I feel.
I'm full tuck. Yeah, we're good.
Spam's not going to find the life lost. The HE would have been better to throw
Tuck
first
inside,
as
yeah,
opposed to
there
the
you
spam, to be honest with you. But quick thinking, not exactly in their camp. A smoke to the bomb now that they could also play on top of this. And that will be the both of them now having full vision onto Hambuga. Goodbye, good riddance, and hello, 2-3-3.
Where's the gun? Okay, I just couldn't
I don't
find
know.
the gun.
You want AK? Here.
Sure.
Do you want to just go double oil fast? Let's just go all the way in the back. All the way in the back. Like left.
Alright,
all the way in the back.
send it.
Hard swing, baby, hard
Left, all the way
swing.
in the back. I'm smoking this cross here.
Running it through.
Keep running. I'm flashing high.
Keep gunning it up.
Flash high.
This is not going to be a deagle round for Sky, surely, this time around, man.
Smoke as well.
Surely.
I'm planning here.
This can't be one of those where Sky just pulls it out. They don't have a deagle. They have a rifle. Tisky's on full HP. I think that there had to have been some tag damage down earlier on in the first of the duels, and now they just want to get out of there. Dip, dodge,
What the fuck?
dive, and weave. Blinded by their own flash. Blinded by the light. The middle side sign. Going to have a smoke now that Sky can play around or in. And this is a molly for the bomb. I don't really know. Tisky's holding the line. Headshot collected. Clothesline. And one more round before the half ends.
Damn it.
What a guy.
Let me finish the
Clutching
question,
it up.
goddammit.
What a guy, dude.
Yo, bot.
Wait. Yeah, I
boost
like
me
what you're doing.
early.
Yeah, sure.
Ooh, now
Yeah,
Fat Guy
watch
gets
for
the
that.
early boost. Oh, it's an op.
Fire AK and
Mm,
I'll buy another one after you.
we'll see. Do they cross to go right? Do they swing to the train yard? Neither going to be true immediately. And now you got to have your panic on, because this sniper rifle probably isn't the greatest weapon for Fat Guy to use on this map, to be honest with you. And Trick even, actually, excuse me, Tisky even dropping an AK-47.
There's an AK spawn for you.
That's going to allow a lot more maneuverability. And they get walked in from the deagle that was already ticked close. He said, what is he saying? A little bit of a tilter.
Dude, it's the Burgerville.
And the 1 versus 1.
You go him. Thoughts?
yeah, you got
Tisky just wants to go a swinging. Swing for the fences, kid.
Oh, he's there.
on the right.
I just heard him here.
Yeah.
And Hambuga actually at a medium distance is going to be able to win it out.
I have.
It's like,
I don't even know what the fuck just happened.
What's the score? Look at your screen.
I don't know anything about this fucking shit.
It's 4-4. We'll go to Sky's POV.
Do you think it's that powerful? They're
Wow,
gonna
that
use-
audio is broken. Back to Hambuga. That audio was busted.
Blocks here.
How has nobody told them in their chat? They're flying. They're wasting not a second before getting up into this one.
Inside route here real quick.
It don't say anything. DeVault, it says it at the top of the screen, in the game, on the stream. It's in the video game of Counter-Strike 2.
Like the weird thing?
Yeah.
Dirt?
You goober. You absolute goober. Knifed even by Tisky. Disrespect, man.
You guys have the whistle tech, dude.
I know.
That
Really
is
just slow it down.
a farted on moment. Bro, it said dashes. In-game in Counter-Strike, it did not say dashes. It never says dashes. That's not a bug in this game. It says it on the top forever and always. Default to that. I rest my case. Open, closed, shut.
Outside you said? Okay.
Yeah. He's still on the left, like deep left, deep left.
Okay, that's fine.
Unless you're watching on mobile or something, primarily. Then you're going to have a hard time actually seeing that if it's that small. So in which case, I do understand.
I have a kill, I have a kill.
Yeah, making a lot of noise. That's
Oh!
Wait, we win those though. Holy shit. I just own them.
Do a quick little replay for that. My replay didn't work. Pastor spamming due. They're due. Right now, they're looking like they're due for a spanking by Hambuga on the conversions for the T side.
Little instant snack.
Actually, someone might say it's kind of good.
You better not have took Tiki.
Something like that.
I said 9-5, so.
That was barely over the lip of that wooden box, bro. Barely.
Where'd you plant? Line behind you. Oh, there's a smoke here. You plant literally right here in this corner, what?
Trying to get them to get that plant off is not going to be perfect if they just hit that line. It's a sound cue that's made that they can just spam down straight. One fades left, one swings right. Sky is getting pressed, but both of them get their kills almost simultaneously. Chest bump, chest bump.
I don't know, man. You could have just spammed me off sound cue, you know?
He could have spammed him off sound cue. He's right.
Silence.
You can say that for literally any
Silence.
situation.
Just smoke out a wall.
The game ends at first to 9, JDY. Another A1S on top for Hambuga. Another A1S spam. 10 bullets down. One more man to discover. Where's Tisky off to? And they are also so too in the smoke, to which Sky will play coverage of. Ooh, fuck these noobs. That's tough.
Politically correct and weird.
Exactly.
How do they say that?
Nah, I was just joking with you, DeVault. I was just joking with you. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh, moving.
I was just joking with you. Respectfully, suck one. Ah. Respectfully, look with your eyes.
Yeah,
But it is pretty tiny, yeah.
Somehow I didn't see him on my screen.
Yeah, they're
I keep
instant
thinking like they're gonna
Give
play
me
first,
my money.
never doing that because they don't know how to play the game.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna
Hard trash talked. Molly left. Smoke close. Plant in the smoke. Going for the full-on stick. Not going to work out. They're both on top of him. They're both going to blow it. And they're both going to leave Hambuga now dead in the water and Sky to the 1 versus 2. He knows where they are, though. He knows where they are. That's one thing he can go with, but it won't operate with very many other information pieces other than that. And it won't matter. We go 8 to 7.
God, dude, this is hard.
Fat Guy predicted that this was going to be a 9 to 8 loss for them. As a matter of fact.
I'm gonna go on the left side.
As a matter of fact. Flash high to the sky. Hambuga going for a ride around the bend. Trying to derail the situation for these two right now. Who've started to get themselves into a little bit of a resurgence on the CT after being kind of swept in the first few. Looking to tie it all up and bring us to the golden gun. Sky heard one of them. Hasn't seen the second. Hasn't been able to make out where they could be playing this one. A separation But it's not them who are with anxiety, it's Sky, who has to let that settle in and ponder as to where they could play.
I don't think he's pushed.
Heart rate rises, and the tension so too. Sky rounds this corner and deals with Fat Guy. It's Tisky, who had yet to show themselves, who were just right by their side. A true teammate through and through, and we go to that golden gun. We go to that golden gun.
Pete, restart game 1.
We go to that golden gun. Oh my gosh. All right, chat.
No, we just waited out. So
The Super Bowl of Counter-Strike rounds in this league. We're going the distance. We're kicking it off right where we started. And we're back. The $800 reset is upon us, and Hambuga and Sky are looking to finish us. We'll see if this resurgence that we've seen from Tisky and Fat Guy has been enough to see if they're really ready to take on the challenge and the task of finding a victory. Oh my god. All right. All right. Pastor spamming do all game and trying to just convince the masses that there's some truth behind the logic. And if there was ever a time, it would be now. If there were ever a moment to prove that that were the case, it'd be Tisky and Fat Guy making use of the pistols like they had done so well on their initial regulation T-side 2.
Yeah, they went back.
And the silent drop away
Yeah, I'm gonna go back.
might be playing with their minds, might be getting in their heads.
No, I don't think so.
And they just don't know what's going on, and how could they? Not a single player seen, but Sky's going to handle the both of them when they expose themselves deep to the train station to win it 9-8. Fat Guy got it. Fat Guy was correct
That's a fat GG right
in
there.
his premonition. Oh my god. Oh my god. The Madmen have finally actually pulled it off in that same fashion that we were ready for based on their own desire. And lack of will, therefore, honestly, to fight on. Hambuga and Sky, the whistle maniacs. Listen, that game was honestly a little bit ugly, I feel like, from maybe both teams at one point or another, but it was some interesting rounds of individualism pulled through on pistols, particularly, I think, from you two with the Deagles. So really well held on that front. Talk to me a little bit about any nerves at all going that deep into the game where you thought you were pretty comfortably closing out, I thought, on T-side. Did it start to creep up on you at all and make poor decisions, or do you think it was just what you would have done regardless? What was up with that?
I definitely got a little tense when I hit OT. But I have too much experience to not play with confidence even when I'm a little tense, yeah.
That's true. Hambuga, how you feeling?
We don't know how to play that map.
Oh.
We're gonna have to hit up the labs for this.
Yeah, this is the only map that we didn't do extensive research on prior.
Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, they were hitting you with some boosts, some really interesting little gimmicks that were working out, especially on that topside box T-spawn. Caught Hambuga off 2 times over, I think, maybe even 3 at some point in that, as it felt like they really just had a handle on at least what they could do as far as pulling, you know, the rabbit out of the hat to try and get a gimme. But you guys, at the very end of the day, felt like you were the better team as far as being able to keep yourself with your 10 toes planted down, hold your angles and hold your sides. It looked like you were actually breaking apart their duo pretty regularly when they were looking to go in the same place together. You were able to do it as an individual, let alone I think the multi-kills that Sky was putting up on that CT side were impressive enough. So talk to me a little bit about what you think you need to rectify on Whistle in order to become a better team. Is it just going to take a little bit more research or a little bit more timing? What's the case?
Some
Research and just playing the map a bit more, probably.
Fair enough. Getting in the reps, getting in a better understanding of it just based on, you know, toes on grass, you know, something that Counter-Strike players don't very often do, but, you know, sometimes we get the opportunity. But you're talking about this next game. After congratulating you for that victory, I want to get your insights onto what you think this one's going to look and shape out to be, because this is one that's been played over and over and over and over again. STX and Team Laboom, 5 games now, and it's a 4-1 record for Laboom. Do you see that changing in any way, in any fashion, going into this next best of one on Palai?
I don't know actually.
I think Laboom and Noah, they've been doing their research. They seem pretty regimented on these maps. I have no clue about Palai, but they had us surprised on our brewery list.
Okay, for sure.
We had the upgrade, you know, but I think on any given day, I think Raven could probably just randomly just pop off and just start headshotting everybody. So we'll just have to see.
Emphasis on randomly.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's jeez, tough team. All right, cut him some slack. Why don't you?
Whoa.
She knows I love her.
That's fair enough. Well, my cam just seemed to have died, so we're going to get that squared away as I throw you guys back into your booth. Good luck on your future games, but tonight I do bid you a fair good night.
Good night.
Good night, Tony.
Good night. Good night. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on with my camera right then and there. I should be on the screen at this very moment, but when I'm not, that's when I start to question the laws of reality. I know you guys are just dying to see what I look like. I'm an important figure. I can promise you that I know that. Okay, we're back. Okay. All right. Okay. So, we're back. Waiting for this next game to boot up and waiting for what will now be a follow into STX and Laboom, the game that we were mentioning just moments ago, and it's one that we've seen a couple of times over, and it's one that we've seen Laboom take so many times just as well. Let's take a look at those recent games. It's going to be, oh my god, I mean, it gets closer and closer as the days go by. It was a stomping that first game, a really convincing win the next, a little bit tighter on the third, a victory and turnover from Team STX, and then eventually rectified, but still very much so down to the wire to 9-8, still favoring Laboom. Let's check a look if we have any Palai in that mix. We do have at least one Palai result, I absolutely know for sure, as it looks like a lot of these victories that have gotten more close are not exactly there. 9-6 on Palai that first time. The second time, it's going to be that 9-4. And the third, it was Memento. So yeah, a winning record on Palai 2 times over is a little bit disheartening, I have to say, or at the very least, that's how I personally feel. That's going to be one that they're going to need to overcome the hump, and it's one where it could get ugly, it could get a little bit crazy, but, you know, time does go in only the forward motion, so that's where we're going to have to set our sights on this one. Who will win? Seems like y'all are definitely sneaking into the camp of Laboom, seeing as those conversations have got down. How many kills for STX above or below 10? Predominantly, you're sticking with that below 10, and I think that's also pretty reasonable, given you're looking for that victory for Laboom and Co. And the first blood at this point in time is going to be staking in the direction of Laboom himself, the team name sake, and the status of this win by series score as well, approaching 29-30 on a lot of these moments at the lower end for Team STX in particular. So there's a lot that you can choose from, and there's a lot that you can keep your eyes on to, and there's a lot of options for you to try and stick your nose and find some serious cash to grab. That's always a good opportunity to start to play with the field a little bit, to get a real look onto this one. And as I mentioned, once more, we're playing on Palai. I will reiterate the fact that we've seen Team Laboom win on this map 2 times over this very roster. 2 times over. It's not a short feat to go unrealized and unrecognized. Laboom now evening it out all the way to where everybody else is at that 4.0. Laboom is going to be skyrocketing in terms of sheer support from the gang. Love to see that pouring out. Love to see that 100% of the time. You guys are giving us a go. And these odds ever dwindling for STX. But if you're feeling like a believer, if you're feeling like that STX and Raven combo is now going to find their victory, seeing how tight those games had gone, you might be in for a good chunk of change. You might be in for a good victory lap. Let's take a look at the bottom of that one and actually see how these recent matchups have gone. Oh, frankly, it's been tough for STX and Raven. Are any of these Palai is what I do wonder. There's a lot of brewery being put down. Yeah, a lot of brewery, as a matter of fact. Really insane how much of it there has been. Any warm-up, any feeling for the opposition as far as that map is concerned, though? These two are +1 wins, so if either of them are Palai, it's not going to be all that impressive. No, really not all that much for either. But they are very good on Palai, I will say, in particular. That map is one that we've seen them deal some seriously insane damage on. Gentlemen, how are we?
Hello. How we doing?
Doing good. Doing all right. Not bad. Not bad. I have to say, I've been missing the 1v1 me. I've been missing hearing your guys' sweet voices, and I've been missing seeing you masterclass Palai. And tonight we're going to be able to see that again. The third time we've actually seen you play this specific map against this specific team. It's going to be the 6th game now between you, but we're returning to an old battleground, one that took a little bit of figuring out from both sides, but the opposite side of this coin, it took a little bit longer seeing as they hadn't played it in the early weeks. So given the fact that I think comfortably have I seen you win on this map, how do you feel about it as we enter now the halfway point of the season? Is Palai one of those that are up there with you even still? Because it's been a little bit of a hiatus since you've even seen it against any team.
It's true. It's a bit of a break. Hopefully, we're not like starting cold on the map. I do think this is one of our comfort picks at this point, though. It's definitely our top 2, if not our best map. So, I mean, Laboom, if you have any thoughts.
I mean, yeah, Palais is pretty nice to play for us, honestly. I think we've played it so many times now. It's just like you're so used to the angles and like everything. It's just really nice.
Have you been missing it? Have you been missing a little bit of that, Palai?
Yeah, too much assembly.
Too much assembly. Well, unfortunately, in this economy, assembly is required for how these best of ones do go down. But with that, you now have a map in front of you that you're much more well versed in, per your own words. And going into this, we've seen you, as mentioned, play against this team in a 9-2, and I believe it was a 9-4, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what that was. Let me check one more time, so I'm not blowing smoke.
It may have been a map that was a bit closer.
Sorry, 9-4, 9-6. 9-4, 9-6.
Yeah.
That's the two. So, progressively getting a little bit tighter, progressively getting a little bit closer. Do you foresee that you've actually leveled up your game since that point to where you can stave them off even deeper than that, keep them at that point? Or do you think that they've actually leveled up to where you're expecting a little bit of a longer game?
I think they have definitely leveled up. I think they have caught up like the gap just by practicing the map. But I think that we're still very confident. I think we should still edge ahead. I would expect today to be a bit closer, to be honest. But, I mean, I think we have our stuff figured out.
All right. Well, I'm going to throw this one back to Laboom then, having gotten your answer on how you think this game will go vaguely. Specifically, Laboom, what are we thinking the scoreline is going to look like as we exit Palai tonight?
I think it's going to be kind of close. I think it's going to be like a 9-6, 9-7 kind of deal.
Okay, well, yeah, a tight affair, probably similar to the last time that we had seen you guys get to. Yeah, hopefully for your sake at the very least. But the stakers, you guys can choose where you want to which mouth you want to put your money with. Because right now we're going to change out the interview section over to Raven and STX. Thank you for joining me, and maybe we'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you.
Cool. Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. Raven and STX, a tale as old as time. If I could write a story, it would practically write itself, actually, with how many times we've seen this game come up. So first and foremost, before hopping into the nitty-gritty of things, how are you tonight?
Pretty good. Tired.
Tired? Okay, don't. All right, well, that's not a great beginning way to your interview, I gotta say, because right now you gotta be locked in. This is the third time we're seeing you on Palai, and hopefully for your sake, not the third time we're gonna see you bounced. They seem to think that you guys have actually leveled up your game, not only on this map, but in general. Do you feel as if Palai is a better map for you now since the last time we've seen you verse?
No, this map is like, am I allowed to curse or no?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how. Yeah.
Not that bad. This map is dog shit. It doesn't matter. It's like flip a coin.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, that's definitely a reasonable take to have, walking away from the fact that they only have so many maps for you to play on. So this one being a little bit of the one towards the bottom tier of your performances, I don't really know how you're going to be expecting to come into this one. But do you have a reasonable belief that you can come into it and win with any sort of a statement to be made, or are you expecting it to be a longer game based on how you're describing it?
I mean, like I said, the map is really bad and fake. So it could just like insta go our way or like insta go their way.
Oh, okay. That's yeah, definitely. It's a little bit of a toss around from even that conversation of a tight game. You think there's a world that could just landslide one way or the other. I'm with that. I can understand and get behind it. We've got about a minute left on this staking. So with that, I'm going to actually leave you out of the conversation for what the final score prediction will be, seeing as it could very well be a shot in the dark, a dartboard in the abyss, as we have yourselves a few moments to settle before we do get into our next game. I thank you and potentially see you in the winners.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony.
Good to have you back.
Oh, thank you! That was nice. That was wholesome. Thanks, team. Thanks, chat. Thanks for backing me up all night on this one. Make sure you get your final stakes in. We got about 30 seconds left, and we are going to be ripping it. So with that, we're going to just get a little bit of answers on the board. Make sure you're selecting. Type the code in on your phone. Make sure you get there. All right. Answers about to be coming up. End staking has closed. Congratulations to all of you who have participated in this once-in-a-lifetime Kahoot experience, because this is for $1 million, as a matter of fact, actually. Arse eating commence? What in the hell? W commentary. Appreciate you, Saints back. Thank you. Means a lot. Trying to keep my energy as high as possible for the sake of you. For the sake of you back at home. The real goats of this world. Let's see what the stakes are, actually, for who gets above what number of kills. Because that's not something that I had paid full attention to. How many kills will STX get? Let's stick with STX then to start out on this matchup. Why don't we? Oh my gosh. I'm pretty locked. I'm pretty loaded. I'm feeling no pressure personally. I don't know about you. Wait. Aw. Don't worry, we're just restarting the game. Don't worry, just restarting the game. Back to me. Back to me. Relax. Back to me. In before everybody starts spamming refund. I want a refund. Well, oh, they're scamming me. Oh, refund. Who is it? Which one of you is it gonna be? Who's the first one? I pre-fired it, so I'm gonna see it before you've even done it. All right, nobody did it. Nobody did it. I pre-fired it, and actually everybody was able to hold their cool. I'm really proud of you, chat. This is a big moment for us and a step in the right direction, I think, in the evolution of our relationship. I think this is really big. Refund me now, scammers! I need a refund! Yo, they scammed me! Y'all funny. Y'all are some real funny jokesters. You know that? You know that? Chat, they took all my money. Actually, I am the one who took all your money, pal. It's mine. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for the green, bud. Appreciate it. W commentary, though, for real. Oh, my God. You guys have been ever supporting these last couple of nights, I gotta say. And now they should be getting into it. So let's throw it back. Pause. You know what I meant. Oh my God, they're already just swinging for the fences right now. Laboom automatically, straight off the rip, is going to be fighting wide, and a difficult one, maybe, I would have thought, for STX, but actually rating that one in without a single point of damage taken back means the 1 versus 1 is just going to be a matter of information, a matter of where they are, and oh my God. No one. Snake in the water. Sneaks up on the hunt. Whew. Whew. Oh, trying to get up that ladder. Not sure what was going on there with the movement. L commentator. L Riz, L commentator, L person. L player. This Desert Eagle is going to go looking for the back lines. STX is going to be playing side by side with their teammate, not really leaving one another with these weapons. It shouldn't be all that big of a problem for Laboom and No One. They should be able to hit this one with no issue. They don't want to show themselves. They know how to play this map. They know what they can be seen from. And this rifle has now been seen. It's going to be a hard task for them to pin that head to the wall, as actually the first of them will evade. It's Cherimoya, otherwise known as Laboom, who shows face on the right side door after contact is made by their teammate and does it all.
Might go look mid early.
AK-47s now, though, chat. Rifles now.
Don't drop the bomb.
Time to get their weapon on. One is on the center of the site. I believe I heard a footstep to the right. I think I did too. It would be Laboom if it were any of them. Is the clear hard enough? No, it is not. And it was Laboom and Tucked. You didn't trust your instincts there, unfortunately, STX, and that's going to cost you.
Yeah, they had to like. If he doesn't have to, he has to go upstairs.
It's problematic. Now they're playing with pistols again. Now they're running on the back foot financially. They're really running this game through on a very quick matter. Hasn't really left all that much to the imagination.
Might be holding you.
Laboom and no one. Our local polite superstar studs. Not in that same spot, though, this time. This plant should be fine. Now that they've got a player on the rafters able to play for them. The CTs have to reintegrate on the retake.
Yeah, it's chill. Both here, both.
Sinieri goes wide. The rafters have been covered. Now playing up close with the Tech 9, it can be absolutely lethal. It's a one-shot headshot at a couple of close-range distances. But that's not even going to be a thought in the mind of these two as they just swarm back in together, 1 for 1 apiece. The team ace, the bro ace, if you will.
I don't know. I want to keep peeking early mid. I feel like it's chill. You can hold left or come with.
Communication lines opening up now between STX and Raven as to how they want to alternate their plan. That is the name of the game on this one because there's just so much that you can really do.
Didn't drop sight or anything.
Site is clean. They've got Molly, they've got Smoke. They've got so much to use right now as far as keeping their opponents at bay is concerned. And they could even actually just hit the plant. I mean, no one's going to stop them. Smoke to the window. STX looking to wrap for the players on CT side that may be towards their own spawn, but there's no coverage for Raven when that's the case. At that point, you may want to just start smoking off yourself and mollying the window to try and cover your tracks. That bank nade might actually be money. Not all the way. The Molotov may force them forwards, or at the very least grant them time now to go for the plant actually. But they don't know where the other player's gone off to. They don't know where the second of the two of them has been yet seen. And eventually from the door they'll show. Headshot angles, and neither of them will go down. It's peekaboo, one after another. Laboom and no one will just take their time on their shots. That's really pretty, honest and truthfully, seeing them just kind of ping and pong.
You push left early. I don't know. I feel like mid, having one mid early is like good, just to take that like angle. And most of the time they're playing like back left, so like free space for me.
I'm not sure how penetratable that wall is, but it looks like it's actually pretty soft.
Drop smoke. I'm gonna walk right. He's not picking that.
No more ammo. Excuse me, no more utility for STX.
They boosted.
And that top angle on the wall, man, so very strong, and it's one they haven't used up until that point, so it'll go as a gimme that we were talking about on Whistle that has a couple of those. Yeah, this map has its fair share. One bullet is all that's required onto an unbeknownst Laboom, but they should, yes, definitely know that no one is near enough by so as well because Laboom got boosted. No clear on that left, feeling pretty confident that they wouldn't be in that position, and I think that that's a reasonable line of thought. And now where could they have gotten off to? Raven's got to get the bomb. Oh my, was he in that corner the whole, wait, what just happened? Oh, I guess no one, just double flanked the flank, man.
Like in the wide angle on the left. Can you walk through the doorway?
Oh, no way were they playing in that corner, man. That would be so heartbreaking. We learned the hard way that in that room there's a big glass panel of a ticket booth, and you can't actually spam through that with your rifle. It's unpenetratable material. Right side gets early flash by the CTs. It will ward them off only momentarily. They don't go in for the full walk at that stage. And for STX and Raven, little to nothing seems to be going right. In they go. This deep sight position that Laboom has been in before with SMGs works just as well with a rifle, so it seems. Great stuff, and now Raven's going to try and jump over top. Dropping down. Oh my lord, what an adjustment out of Laboom. Hold on a second. Look at that, straight out the air. And now Raven's going to try and jump over top. Dropping down. Oh my lord, what an adjustment out. That was pretty wicked, I gotta say. Boss up through mid is the call right now, as they're just going to go hard swinging forward with a Galil, not an AK, looking to get aggro, looking to get in their opponent's faces to where they've let them breathe for a majority of this game, no longer swinging wide into Laboom, who has an AK, and the headshot is sublime. The next of them, we'll see if they can collapse onto that one so too, or if they'll need to call on no one in order to play to their aid. They will, and it'll work. 8-2-0. Host advantage, unfortunately, not doing a whole hell of a lot for Raven right now, as they've yet to get off the 1 kill mark. 69, Lil Man to Rapper doing a little bit of a shake. And the end times are upon us. Is the 9-0 prophecy secure? One through the door and the Boom on the stairs. They have to now realize that what may be coming is dangerous, and Raven will finish the both of them. So, I mean, the 9-0 has been avoided and evaded. If there is a minimalist silver lining to be looked upon. It's a non-zero chance they just come back all 7 rounds from here on. Who knows? I've seen the magic. Oh, freeze kill of STX's life. And the Boom hits the Deeg. Raven hits the deck. And now there's a clutch. A bomb gets planted. And now we're asking questions as to where Laboom could have gotten off to, but what a snapshot reaction from STX as they just barely leave the side of the greenhouse wall. I don't know if I can get that reaction. I think I might have missed it. But let's see. But what a snapshot reaction from STX as they just... I missed it. Tony, you the biggest fraud. You didn't give us no chance. Chose the worst of females, not the baddies. Wait with game, just free picks. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what any of that means. That's a message I can't decrypt. Like I chose anything. Like I picked the games or something? Or like I shouldn't let them play? I don't know. I don't know what that means. I'm at a loss. But so too are STX and Raven, unfortunately, right now in this game. But they've started to figure it out a little bit later than maybe hope can be instilled in many of the fans, as STX is ever reliable AUG. I mean, we've seen it game and game again. Like Donkey, the key is you. Soon Sorid, the players they ass. Somebody take this guy's keyboard away. Somebody get this guy to bed. I can't read it. Come on, man. Just read that back and tell me anything is making any sense. The both of them now trying to swing into the site for that plant as Raven just sits and burns, waits, and's blind. That should be the finishing touch right there. The salt on the steak. The lemon in the wound. And this game now with a 5 HP difference for Raven, who gets shot down before the smoke even leaves their hand completely. It's a GG in the chat. And we run it back for our conversation piece with the 2 winners.
I muted my mic.
Whoa.
Hello.
Whoa. That was a game.
Yep.
That was definitely a game that you guys played that you won. And yeah. What's your secret, guys? What's the secret to success? What's the sauce? What's the recipe?
That map is just so easy
Believe
to
in
play, I
yourself.
swear.
Believe
Kids,
in
anything
yourself.
is possible. If you think you can fly, you can fly.
Okay, well that's maybe not exactly the greatest message to be sending home to the kids, but maybe it is, depending on who you ask. I think you go into this one and you were looking to be the victors, obviously, but looking this deep into a 9-2, you've leveled up your game, like I was saying before, to a new stage. It was 9-4, 9-6. Now you devolve their gameplay down to a 9-2. They were saying in their interview that they felt like that map's a little bit Mickey Mouse and it can go either way at any time, but right now you're proving that it really only seems to go one way every time.
Yep.
Honestly, I thought we should have won 9-0, to be honest, because
Yeah.
we
Get out the
had like,
pistol.
yeah, the pistol was just like, yeah, it was fine. I mean, Chris wanted to walk up, and then I thought that they were gonna push. So if he had just stayed with me, then we could have like 1-2 them and just killed them both. But it doesn't matter. We still won outright. So
Yeah. That was a little bit of a tough situation where they spotted no one kind of walking out the
oh,
doorway
they
at that
did
moment.
see him.
Just
Oh,
barely,
okay,
yeah.
way-
It actually
the way
played
that
in
I
your
got
favor,
spun.
low key, I think.
Yeah, I think that's probably why I got the first kill, to be honest.
Yeah, but even then, we're going into the later stages of tonight where you guys have a little bit of a break. You know, you got a little bit of an in between period where you can take a breather. With that, I want to say first and foremost, congratulations, and second of all, what's your favorite thing to do on that map? I was gonna say, how do you feel the most influential play that you guys get as far as being comfortable is concerned? Is there one play or one boost, one gimmick that you really enjoy?
I don't know, Chris. What do you
Mostly
think?
being patient.
You actually like the kind of the quiet camping, slow roll accent to that map?
Yeah, on play for sure on both sides. We just really like being patient.
Yeah, I think it makes you make less mistakes, whereas like
Yep.
other maps, like you might feel like you want to rush stuff. That's usually like every team we play on that map is like they're always trying to rush into things and they always lose because of it. Pretty much, it's usually why.
Yep,
Okay.
And
More patient.
you can kind of feel out the timings, honestly.
So-
You just like if you just wait, you can you can kind of just tell like when they're trying to make a move, and that's when you go for the flank instead of like going for the instant flank, which a lot of people have been going for. They just think that nobody's gonna be watching them, and then they just like give up the advantage. Also, when you start getting these leads on play, just like slowing down the game like even more, it's so annoying. It's genuinely
Yeah.
so annoying. Like you feel like you can't do anything to come back into it.
All right, yeah, no,
Okay.
fair enough. That map is definitely one where things get a little bit high and dry when it comes to the clutches, but also can get a little bit intense. So seeing you guys be able to take it and walk it a little bit slower than maybe needed for other teams who are trying to rush it down, definitely finding you the victory. Definitely finding you again in the master of your field on Palai. So we'll see if you can do it again at another point. See if you can do it again later in a different game, obviously. But we'll see if we have ourselves a match for Laboom and no one in a little bit. Until then, take care.
Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you.
For sure. And that was that with the guys once again. Oh, my bad. I didn't read that. But unreal, you cool, Tony. No, I appreciate that. It was just really funny trying to read the messages. I just didn't understand. It was so funny trying to decipher that. But either way, I'm unfortunately going to have to say goodnight to you if you're heading out for the night. I appreciate you stopping in. Obviously, if all these stakes ain't hitting, it's unfortunate that you're not going to be able to stick around with us, but I do appreciate you nevertheless popping in. Feel free to come back again soon. Always welcome, always welcome. We got our fourth game to watch up now. Team Trick, Team Empathy. Going to be our next pre. Stop by onto that cam and see what's going on. Oh, great. Spotify ads the second that I do the switch up. Damn Spotify. You dang ads. I can rip this while we wait. Back to the Kahoot music, baby. While you guys get your stakes in, see what we got. Empathy. Favorite over Trick. Pretty considerably, actually, right now. I don't think that's unreasonable. Above or below 10 kills. I think this might be a game where Empathy may be able to hit the high-scoring game. To be honest with you, wouldn't be surprised if we saw it. And I think Empathy would be a good player to pick onto the first blood, too. I think that's a pretty good line to hold. How many times they've played? It was a 9-1 for Empathy. Yikes, that was on Assembly, but now we're on Brewery. Different territory entirely. As a matter of fact, we've got a new game to watch for. Empathy being the player we can keep our eye on too. For just such a stake. And I can put on my actual music again, now that the ads have subsided. All right. See how chat is feeling on this one. How you guys chalking this one up? Lob it up into the air. Where will it land? The not so six-sided dice. See where our super stakers sit. Right now, you guys are leaning into the way of a 9-3 for Team Empathy. 9-3. Okay. Some of you in the camp of a 9-5 for Team Trick. A longer game. L commentator. Get thumbs down, dude. What are you going to do about it, bum? Yeah. Yeah. What I thought. Ultimate disrespect done on to you, brother. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, honestly, I'm thinking that plus 10 might be a good move. I think if we're going to be expecting a little bit of a longer game here on a different map. And Goodbye and Trick are already warmed up on this map. Let's also keep in mind. Let's also keep that in mind. It's an important conversation piece to which Fox and Empathy are not 100% acclimated just yet. Let's see what their last games were on, as a matter of fact. They've been winning them all. Palai. Assembly. Memento. Not seeing a whole lot of Brewery. Memento again. And Rooftop. Haven't seen a lot of Brewery at all. But the Brewery that we saw today from Team Trick was a loss by 4 rounds, so that's another thing. Get your research in while you still can. Hola, hola.
Hello.
How are we on this fine hump day? Are we at the middle point of the week where we're kind of over it, or have we now entered that threshold where we're ready for the weekend just around the bend?
I forgot what day it was, actually. I'm going to be honest with you.
That's a little bit concerning, but also maybe for the best, considering that it is not the greatest day of the week to remember. It's the midpoint, and it's the midway also that we're entering now in the season where we're going to be divulging into a lot of games and a lot of repeats, and this one being the first where we've seen you actually reclash with Team Trick, where previously it wasn't even a contest, to be quite honest with you. It was a 9-1 blowout where it never really felt like they got the chance to get their engines going. So going into this map, going into Brewery, one where we've seen you win on a lot of different maps in recent history, how much have you really been able to get under your belt on this map in particular to say that you're confident? Do you still have some more discovering to do?
I just walked around it for about 20 seconds. That's all I've seen of the map. So hopefully that's enough.
have played it in the actual mode a few times at this point. So I'm experienced in it. I've played it a few times.
Okay.
But as a team, I don't think we played it in like the 1v1 me tournament yet.
Yeah, we haven't
Really?
played it yet.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's,
Played it yet.
we haven't.
You are probably, if not the only team to have not played all 6 of the maps at this point just yet. So we're in for a treat. The walk around for the 20-second thing can definitely be good, but there's still a couple of nooks and crannies and boosts and secrets, I will even say, that you may not be participating in the early times that you've played it, but you'll start to understand. Trick and Goodbye, they've played this map once already tonight, so they're warmed up onto this one. But talk to me a little bit about your individual level. How are you coming into this game prior to any other, I don't know, scrims you may have had today or matches, whatever the case? How are you feeling?
I played good today. I'm ready.
I was just laying in bed for 3 hours, woke up, ate a banana, feeling good, feeling well rested.
That's good. Well fed, well rested.
Not exactly warm, but I think I'll still
She's gonna be fine.
good.
All right, all right. Well, I mean, I'm definitely with you on that front. I think that this is going to be a game where I can start to really see you warm up into this map in particular, as well as into your own individual form. I've been pretty happy with what I've seen in recent history from you as well. It's been no lack of victories. If we want to take a look at that really quickly, we've got your recent matches where you've been hitting win after win after win after win after win. It's just been an absolute steamroll down into the second portion of this season, where you're sitting 7-3, a very pretty place to be with such a scoreline. Tours Trick and Goodbye are 10-10. They're even keel, but we were talking on their last pregame about how they can be a little bit happy that they're still stacking the wins, but you can't really start to say that you're actually that far ahead of everyone else when the losses are starting to stack up just as well. So I want to ask you for a score prediction that you're feeling out of this one as you look to bump them out into now the negative record on the season so far from their second place.
Let's go. I think it's gonna be close because they've played the map. Probably like 9-6, 9-7.
I'm saying 9-5.
Okay.
All
right.
I think it'll be harder because I've never played it, but we'll see.
Fair enough. No, that's absolutely reasonable. It's good to keep your head in a good place to whereas obviously if things aren't exactly going your way, you can justify it without needing to say quote unquote cope. You know, it's absolutely understandable that you may not have played this map and you might not know all the nooks and crannies that I was mentioning, all of the little places you can hide or get up to, but you'll start to figure those out, like I said, and I'm excited to see how that evolution does eventually come forward. But until then, I am going to be saying adieu to you for now as we are going to be switching into our next portion of the interview segment. We'll see if we can hit you for the winners in a little bit. Good luck.
Yep.
Thank you.
That means Goodbye and Trick back again. Goodbye and Trick back again. Team, unfortunately, the last time I saw you, the last time I had witnessed, it was on Brewery, it was tonight, and it wasn't great. It wasn't terrible, but it certainly wasn't great. You got a little bit figured out. The early round utility from Hamburger and Sky, I think, was outplaying you a little bit, but the only difference between that game and this one is that this team hasn't even played any Brewery. So how are we going to be feeling going into this one with what you've learned from the last game, as well as what you now know moving forwards into that information, what you have to do to win it here?
I think we were definitely caught off a little bit with how Hamburger and Sky were playing the map, but if this is their first time playing it, we've played plenty of teams on their first time on the map, so I think if we just keep what we were trying to do, it'll be a good strategy going into this one.
Okay. Do you agree? You do agree. Okay. Well, I mean, there's not really a whole lot left to be said outside of what do you guys think was going wrong on that last game?
I think it was just a round or two that we didn't win. A couple of close kills where the other team was lit. Yeah. There was a defuse that I was sticking that I probably should have just like stopped and fought. And then obviously just second half pistol picking that up in a convincing way just makes a huge difference in a tied scoreline.
So no overarching like grandiose reason as to why you guys weren't winning out on that game. More so just a couple of individual momentary split second decisions or split second kills, I guess, even not going your way if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'd say so, and I think we just need to bring confidence into this game to just not give those split seconds a chance to go wrong.
Okay, well, with that, I'm going to need a score prediction from you before we throw it over with the 1 minute and 20-second mark remaining on the stakes. How are we feeling?
We always, whenever we're too nice, we always just lose, so we're going 9-2 for us.
9-2. Whenever we're too nice, we always lose. I see. Okay, so it's confidence and maybe, I guess, in some instances, delusion, depending on who you're playing up against. I don't necessarily think this is one of those games, but that may be actually in your favor. So we'll see whether or not that will be the case. I thank you for joining me for the pregame interview, and as is always, I hope to see you for your sake on the next side of things. Or if Empathy and Fox do upset you on a map they've not yet played, we're going to be feeling a little bit upset with that 10 and 11, boys. We'll see you in a bit.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, guys, it doesn't really leave a whole lot to the conversation piece at that point. If we're not going to be able to see them in full form, we're not going to be able to see them take the win. And that really just goes without saying. It goes without saying because we've already witnessed them on Brewery today, and it was a close-ranged affair. A couple of moments, like they had mentioned, didn't really go their way. But going up against a team that's barely even seen the map that we're going to be going to the Battlegrounds on, I don't really know what to believe. I don't really know who I'm going to be in the camp for, but I am going to say that if Trick and Goodbye don't win out on this one, I'm going to give it like a 9-6, 9-5. If they don't win out here, I'm going to start to question their what's the word? Their what's the word? I had it right in the back of my mind. Capabilities? There was definitely a really important word I was thinking of. Competence. That's the word. Competence on Brewery. I got there eventually, don't you worry. And we will be getting into the match momentarily as well, so don't worry a hair on your little head, because we've got so much more Counter-Strike in this game and the next of the night to finish us out before we do close on 1v1 me. Chat, how are we feeling about this? Let me know. Let me know. Give me the juice. Give me your insights. I need to know where I should be going with this one. I need to know where my stakes lie, guys. I bet my whole house on this one. I got to be able to make it out tonight. I got to feed my kids. I got to put food on the table. You know what I'm saying? Did you know when you cough, you smoke, it gets you back? That's not exactly the same thing. Looks like Sarcastic Dan is going to be in the camp of Trick and Goodbye on the Resurgence in this next game. That's where they're going to be on to. Pastor agreeing that Trick has this one. Going to be in that same boat. Going to be in that same conversation piece. Did you just pet me? Maybe. I might have just pet you. It's easy. I might have just done that. I might have. Non-consensually, of course. I do apologize for that. But it's happened. We're here now. It's already done. I can't take it back. So that's just going to have to be that, and we're going to have to live with it from the rest of our lives. Now we're going to catch what Empathy and Co. have for us on this next map. Looks like we're going to be switching over to the Empathy POV because they're the player that we're going to be watching the kill count of. That's a reasonable place to start for me. If you guys want to switch POVs at the halftime, tell me now who you want to watch. Not at halftime, not 5 rounds in after halftime has already begun. Tell me now! Damn it. Sorry. Sorry. I lost my temper. I lost my cool. Sorry, Chad. I just lost my temper. Look Up says we want to watch Trick. We're watching Trick at the halftime. Looks like Pastor and Look Up do have themselves one set mind. STB Matt also on that. All right. Seems like everybody's on the same wavelength. A little bit of a boosty coming from GB. They did that in the last game they'd played as well, and it worked about as successfully as it does here. They win it. That was quick. That was easy. We got to get an easy button. An easy button sound effect, chat. That was easy.
Sometimes I get mad at
I hope I'm not old enough to where nobody else remembers that sound effect. Not that I'm old at all.
I'm joking.
Absolutely obliterated by the MP9 and sent packing. Trick is by the Desert Eagle on the adjustment, but GB is holding to the window. A little bit of an understanding adjustment period coming out from Empathy, as mentioned, chat. They've not yet played this map, so give them a few minutes to really warm up into it.
Fox said that to me like the other day. Let's go right together.
That's a starting molly. Glass bottles breaking right behind Empathy. There you go. Now you've discovered the glass bottle meta. Trying to pre-aim these angles and really just make sure that nobody's going unchecked.
I'm so fucking scared.
I would be a little bit scared too. I feel like there's just so much that you need to clear from, the anxiety of where they could be. Yeah, and that's just how it goes. Bomb planted though. Trying to get out from there. Not sure where Trick is at, but GB is spamming, and now the A1S being heard. That's 2 different weapons being made audible. How do you play this post-plant? There's no way to wrap around effectively right now for Empathy, so they're going to be playing in a stuck position. One to swing inside the smoke. I wonder if it was Trick to stick. It doesn't sound like they've gotten it, and now Empathy's got them wrapped around their finger. Both of them dead in the water thanks to the shots. That's all that they'll need by their side in order to win a round like this. So very free, so says Empathy.
Canadian giant.
big ups to find their first round so soon.
It's so fucking
No less.
I'm walking.
That shotgun gets a little bit tricky, no pun intended. There goes GB in the middle of the map now. And there goes the reduel, the refight, the reface, the swing to which GB is ready for the left side swing and not from the window. Empathy again for the double. I said it. Empathy above 10 kills is definitely one that I was feeling in the back of my mind. Win or lose on the game. Because now we're already tied up and they've already got halfway to the kill. Halfway to 10.
We'll lose when it's possible.
You're going to hear from my lawyer unless Empathy win, then you'll forgive me. Fair enough. And you remember the easy button. Okay, so the easy button isn't that far from my generation. Good to know. Smoke on smoke. They could have crossed into their spawn. I wonder what the timing on that is. And it's pretty good, so it seems.
But that wasn't him. Let's get Empathy.
Trick done with.
Not really anything.
Decimated
Game's going well.
by the end of it. Oh.
Hit him by a pistol and I got an op, so
Sarcastic Dan
probably lost this round.
giving away the thank you to goodbye for the first blood win. Op of all things for Empathy, and Fox is going to be able to play actually a little bit of a distraction role whilst Empathy resets their scope.
I'll go with you.
It's a little bit of a mystery as to what they're going to be utilizing now, isn't it? A little curious. I'm kind of interested to see how long Empathy decides to stick with this sniper. It's not exactly the best map for it, in my opinion, but it's also not the worst. So it's kind of a middle ground as to where you can make it the most useful. But even one shot missed, and you're going to be a little bit hard pressed to do anything else. Trick gets his skull shot straight through by that high caliber round, and now worrying about the flank is Empathy, as they only have a 1 versus 1 to play for. This is now more than ever a case of hit your shot or die. Empathy doesn't actually know
I literally have
that
no
this is
idea
not
what angles I'm like walking into.
something that you can get up to without a boost from a teammate.
Dude, oh my god. That's horrible design. Oh my god.
And GB actually does show face at the end of it.
I didn't see him.
I think they did see it. Let me look at my... I'm looking at the feed right now of the replay on the stream. I think they looked down and did see him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they looked down and saw him. Yeah, that is what happened. I'm pretty sure.
He might have got my op here. I'm holding like the long angle over here.
This is a good angle for the op. Empathy would be right in assuming that they could be holding this position and holding this line, but they're not going to be on it initially, not on the beginning. Now they're actually probably deep towards spawn.
I switched mid side.
Smoke to the middle, swing from the box. GB is absolutely in the right place at the right time. AK that they can upgrade to, Fox, if they'd like. And that's going to make a sound now that they are in this position. Absolutely reamed his Trick, though. And GB was the player who had gotten the kill before, so where could they have gone? Only so many places. That's not a bad guess, but it takes too long to play Discovery as we hit 4-4. I'll switch to Trick's POV as you requested so very graciously.
Say, even if he's there, you can like hold the left because you can keep.
I think we go same here. I think we rush towards center. They're gonna play that back left angle and just put them in a post plant. Like you can probably.
Trick is already
I know what I
calling a game here.
I think I'm gonna just go window.
Yeah, like unless they're like hard pushing plant, like I'm fine. Like I'll work my own way out.
Try to calm if they are.
I like to hear these comms. I try to be quiet when they're really given a deep and in-depth understanding as to why they're doing what they're doing, so you guys can get a little bit of a feeling of your own. Fox is done with Empathy, the last of them. Not sure where they've gone to, but it is going to be the right swing that honestly is instantly made a little bit ugly afterwards, and oh no. Empathy wins out the clutch. We've seen Empathy do these kinds of rounds so many matches before, honestly, and it doesn't seem to cease. That's 10 kills for Empathy. Might I remind you, congratulations on your hit if you did get it through. Above or below 10. You want to raid boss? Raid boss me? I'll raid boss you? Raid boss? Because it's about to go 6-4. It's about to get tough. I want to see how many of these little things that we gotten from the POV of Empathy they've actually absorbed.
We need to both go hard left here. Like, we just need to deny this control. Like, it's fine if they, like, want to, like, sit to the right or whatever.
Trick looking to get engaged. No time to dilly-dally. They swing mid, they swing the window, they swing the side door, and Fox finds the both of them. If they didn't, then Empathy was there. 7-4, and only now will Goodbye and Trick be able to get rifles when they're 2 away from defeat. They're just flooding this left side. Are they really going to keep on going down? That's going to be the first misstep that they've really had in this game thus far.
The fuck is
that? Chat, that might be the nail in the coffin. Chat, that might be the sinking feeling of Counter-Strike that you've just now witnessed in probably the highest degree. Smoke does go out. It will eventually be opened wide, and both players are there. No stray bullet to kill. Trick looking to hit the plant. And GB will hit the deck and die. That's the defeat, and it's a little bit of tilt coming out from the crew. Needs to be said. GG's, but one that was very, very, very much so in the capable hands of Empathy and Fox. Yeah, well, that's that. Well, I am surprised, not that you won. I am surprised in the way that you won. I witnessed, you know, some really hard aggro on that CT side at the end that was a little out of the ordinary, honest and truthfully, from what we've seen a lot of teams like to do off the rip. And they attempted at countering it, and it got a little bit shafted, and there were only so many rounds that they had left in the competition at that point in general to really toy around with, to where Empathy, you had soiled their opportunity. That is crazy. So, congratulations first and foremost. Second of all, how do we feel about Brewery now that we've had a couple more steps?
I think it's the worst map in the pool.
Okay.
It's not the worst.
I think it is.
There was one other one I hated, to be honest.
Was it the rooftop?
The train one, like, it feels so, like, enclosed. Like, I don't even know how to word it. It feels so, like, closed off.
Fair
Even though
enough.
it's the most open one.
I feel that.
Or not the train one, the plane. Did I say train? I meant plane.
Oh, Assembly. Talking about Assembly.
Assembly, yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
sure,
okay,
sure.
Yeah, that is the worst map. That is the worst one.
Okay.
You're right.
All right. Well, you know, you go into that one, and you did just start to discover a couple of the little things that you can do on that map, as well as some of the quote-unquote secrets I had mentioned. I mean, you stepped over the beer bottles, break, break, break. Our position is now known. Those exist pretty much all across the board on that map. Kind of nuts, to be honest with you, and kind of a troll if you are ending up in a 1 versus 1 and you walk over some of those.
I jumped onto the shelf and knocked over like 20 beer bottles, and I just started laughing.
Yeah, that's that. I wish I caught your POV when that happened, because that is honest and truthfully some of the most funny Counter-Strike that we've had in 1v1 me is when the players realize, oh shit, I just gave up my clutch. like they
Yeah,
know
I
I figured out.
remember-
Launch them. You can
I remember
launch them so
watching
far.
Raven and STX play on the map, and they STX was like a 1v1 and like stopped on like 8 of them and just gave away our position.
Yeah, that is how it is, honest and truthfully sometimes. But as an aside to that as well, there are a lot more boosts that you guys didn't even really need to use. There was a lot more you didn't even really need to pull out, as your aggression on the CT side, as mentioned, was enough to get you over the line. And talking now about the future of this map in particular, do you have anything that you're starting to figure out or learn, or things that you want to toy around with more in particular as you go down? Because you're obviously going to need to play it again at some point.
The T spawn is so far away, like they have to walk through like 3 rooms to get to like where the gunfights are. So you can just run up with like MP9 and you just like, it's so like close range.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil the secret. We gotta play it again.
Yeah,
it's just like, it's so weird because the bomb site has so many like open angles, and then like the CTs like can beat the Ts to like the close angles.
Yeah, you don't even have to worry about the open angles because you can just get past them before the
Yeah.
Ts even make contact.
I actually don't know how true that is, because at least in that game, they didn't really use their timings or their spawns as quickly as they could have. Like, you got through the window first. I remember that was always the case. But as far as like that doorway is concerned, and the deep hallway, it's the deep hallway you can spot them on ever so slightly, but that doorway you can't. The window is interesting, because I just wonder how many teams are going to start to utilize that as just a, like, screw it, let's swing out, use our bonus round and get close. But you guys did, and I want to see you do it more, to be honest with you. So I hope you keep that in your at least immediate playbook. But the last thing I want to say is, Empathy, you totally did see that player beneath the boost on that one round that you were at the AWP and you looked down. That was really funny, actually. I saw it because I was looking at my little monitor. You, like, peered over the ledge just barely, saw his skull, and then turned around, and I was like, gah! And then...
See, I thought I saw that, but I thought it was like a box that you could jump on to get up the ledge. So I was like,
I just didn't see it at all.
player.
Yeah, no. But it was... No, not your bad. I just thought it was like a moment where I was like, oh, they're gonna read this so hard. They're getting a feeling on this one, and then boom, it's done. And I was like, oh, all right. That's probably the last we're gonna see of the op.
Yeah, we had to give them hope.
Yeah. Give them a little bit of a beacon of light, I guess, to look at the end of the tunnel. But as we go into our last game of the night, the finisher, I'm gonna ask you guys as your last question how you're gonna be feeling about the stack up between Team Louie and Team Laboom. And if it makes any more difference to you as well, the map for that one is going to be Brewery again.
Who's Laboom playing with again?
No one. It's Laboom and no one, and Louie and Wumbo. I don't know. I didn't know who Wumbo was before coming into this circuit, so.
I didn't either. But that team, they like owned us, so they surely win.
I think
they were
probably
like
Louis.
They were like one of the only 2 teams that we like lost to. Yeah.
They destroyed us.
The Louie team, the Louie Wumbo team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna lean on that, and I'm gonna let the people in the staking also maybe take that into consideration before we do get their interviews in. But I want to say thank you for joining me once more. As always, it's a pleasure having gotten to conversate with you. But until we do see you again, I wish you a good night.
Okay. Good night.
Have a good one.
You as well. And that means we've got one more set of interviews and one more game, stakers. One more game before we get this thing wrapped up and done. Somebody said something really nice about the commentators keeping these games lively, and that really does hit home. I appreciate you saying such things. We really do to try to, make this the most exciting experience for you guys as possible whilst you're watching and really digest the game. And Counter-Strike is new here at 1v1 Me, so I appreciate you giving us the time, and I appreciate you giving me as well as the game a chance. As I'm starting to get into the swing of things, I'm sure that a couple people are as well. The last time that a game finished in minutes, week 1 we had 2 9-0s. And one of them was relatively quick. The other one was actually a little bit longer despite being a 9-0. To be a hundo P. 100 percentage points. It's been a minute, actually, since we've seen any of these teams. Like I said, we already checked on Laboom and no one's statistics. This is their first time matching up as well, so we don't have any history. We don't have any, prior knowledge to base this off of as far as these two teams clashing directly. Maybe some struggles for Team Louie recently. Maybe not. A Brewery loss, heavy-handed loss against Hambuga, who had won tonight. Doesn't seem like they've played Brewery all that much since. They played Hambuga 2 times over, actually, on Brewery. Speak English, moron. Sorry. And they lost both times. That's tough scenes. Going big for this one, huh? Sarcastic Dan is going big? Let's take a look at this real quick. What do we got for our big wins? We've got Hook 50 minutes ago who claimed a 250 payout on the 9-2. Damn, damn, damn. Sarcastic Dan taking the 200 home for the 9-2 as well. Damn, damn, damn. 9-2, 150. 9-2, 250. Everybody was on that STX 9-2. Oh my God, look at that from Bloody Lip. The 500 schmackaroos. So, dude, Dan, you have been on a roll tonight, my boy. Huey also right there with a double hit. There's 2 separate stakes. Hambuga wins series, Hambuga wins series. Damn, man, you guys have been going huge. What's our biggest stake of the night? Do we have anything crazy? Bloody Lip again. You guys have been hitting these predictions actually pretty hard. Damn, team. Can't even keep up with the latest stakes, to be honest with you. See what they think. Wumbo and Louie. Louie and Wumbo. Happy
Why not?
Wednesday. It's actually kind of Thursday now for most people, but how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, bro?
Pretty good.
I saw your Twitter. You doing all right?
Yeah, we're doing all right right now, honest and truthfully. We're doing all right. I had to take 2 days off, but you know, we're back in the kitchen. We're cooking up some Counter-Strike again, and it's good to be back. I missed you guys playing, and I missed watching it because I missed a couple of things. One of which being a rematch you had against Hambuga on Brewery. It didn't go that well. You're playing that map tonight. You haven't had a whole lot of reps outside of those 2 games that you played up against that stack. How are we feeling about Brewery now, as it obviously is a map you can't avoid? How are we, you know, shaping up into it, seeing as we now need to pick ourselves up by the bootstraps on map 6?
I think we finally figured it out, and I think you'll see that tonight.
I hope that's the case. Wumbo, are you feeling that same level of comfortability going into this one?
Yeah.
That's good. That's definitely good. The beer bottles, obviously got to avoid those. Those are all over the damn place. You can't make a mess, or you're going to be giving up your position in like the first few seconds of your clutch attempt and then turning off your monitor. But going into this one, you, as well as having those 2 losses sandwiched in between, have a lot of green, a sea of green, if you will, on most other maps. So we're entering high time at the midway point of this season. You're 8-4, doubling up on your losses to your wins now as we're getting into the nitty-gritty of things. How do you feel as if you've warmed up into the 2v2 season now, and how comfortable do you feel in this setting as opposed to 5v5 now that we're here?
I think we're definitely more comfortable and like figured out kind of the meta and how to play.
Wumbo, you as well? You feel that same?
Yeah, I mean, normally we don't play a lot of like 2v2 wingman stuff, so it was all new. I think we're getting better at it.
Did you guys get a lot of like wingman action in like the high time of CS:GO when it was coming out? Did you ever really find yourself falling into that?
Yeah, I mean,
I
I grinded a lot of it back then.
Yeah, because I think they had like ranks and like people kind of cared about those like a little bit.
Yeah, right.
I cared
Yeah.
a little bit, but you know, going into this match in particular, once again, before we do wrap it up and give the other guys a chance to talk about this one, it's a tough talk as far as Brewery goes as compared to other maps. But what do you think, without giving away your own strategies, this map really does lend itself to as far as game style is concerned? How do you feel like teams need to be approaching this one in order to be their most effective on T and CT side?
I think you just kind of gotta slow it down like a lot more than you would on like any other map.
Right. Taking your time about clearing your angles, like playing these clutches pretty quietly. You feel like that's really the whole point of this map in particular.
Well, I feel like since there's only really like one like actual lane where you go to plant the bomb, like it's just whoever kind of like wants to fight first. And I feel like a lot of people don't want to fight first.
Yeah, that's actually true. Taking the aggression in an initial duel, it gets a little bit ugly. I mean, that goes for both sides, too. It's like the CTs and Ts both have timings on one side of the map or the other where they can get it through. So it's going to be a matter of who takes the initiative on that front. And I just want to get your guys' prediction out right. I got to know, what do you think the score line of this one is going to be after what was a pretty difficult set of Brewery games? You're now against a new team on the same map. What do we got?
I'm going to go 9-6.
9-6. Wumbo, you with that or what?
I'm gonna go 9-7.
All right, we got two players with two different minds about how this one will go. It's a slightly longer game in general, though, but it's one that they feel confident and comfortable enough to come back into swinging. We'll see if that'll be the case. Louie and Wumbo will see it a bit potentially for the winner's interview.
All right, thank you, bro.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Laboom and no one. I drag you in once again. The return on the night. It's the second game for you. It's been a while, not that long, but just long enough to where I got to ask, how are we feeling in terms of our level of alertness? Because going off of a 9-2, you got to be feeling pretty damn good about yourself, even with the break that you've had.
Actually, yes. Yeah, all I'm going to say is, like, we spent some time cooking up some stuff for Brewery, so we're ready to play it now.
Cooking some stuff up. So we've hit the lab, is what you're saying.
Yep.
You could say so.
Okay. Talk to me about your experiences on Brewery in games past as far as what you've come to learn without, going into those things that you've cooked up here. What do you think that you've really improved on over time, or at least what other teams need to be focusing on in order to win out?
It's a good question. Laboom, take it away.
He's holding the mic up.
Okay. I mean, I think, like, we've played the map, like, a few times now, so, like, I think we know the angles, and all we needed to really do is just, like, kind of figure out, like, what our game plan needs to be, because, like, there's, like, definitely a way to play every map, and, like, teams that play maps more than others, like, they get used to it, and then they kind of find, like, their way of playing, and we didn't really have that for Brewery yet, so we kind of just, like, took some time and, like, made that plan, basically, so I think, like, if we're both on the same page and we're, like, helping each other out and we're playing together, then it should be fine.
All right. Well, I mean, hear me out on this one. I am going to be spectating you first and foremost, Laboom. You're going to be the one who we have our eyes on until at least the halftime, to where if anybody wants to switch the POVs, they can feel free to request it. But with that, are we coming to anticipate a little bit more communication in the spawn than we have seen before on this map or others? Are we really coming to know that you guys are going to be employing these ideas pretty regularly as opposed to just going off the fly and off the cuff?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like we're definitely, like, we have, like, a plan here. Like we're like, we have, like, a way we want to play, we have a way we want to react and stuff. So
yeah, we have a plan. Now, if it's gonna be good, if it's gonna be bad, if it's going to work, that's another question.
Yeah.
But we have a plan, all right? We have a plan for this one.
And listen, as long as you go into things with an idea, as long as you go into things with an initial plan, right? What's the worst that could happen? At least you could say you gave it your all. At the end of it, it is going to be you who has it to prove that you come into this one with a game plan that at least you can tweak, that you could say that you tried, right? So with that, Star Wars Daddy in chat says, let's go lab. I'm assuming that means you, Laboom. I can only assume. But with that, we've got the chance to stake this one out a little bit as far as what people's expectations are going to be based on what you think this is going to look like. No one. What are we thinking as far as the score line as this one is concerned? One score only.
Well, now that I know Star Wars Daddy is involved, I think it's going to have to be 9-0. I think so.
Okay. A 9-0. Laboom, are you feeling that same kind of feeling in your bones now that you've got somebody so deep impressed into your camp?
Yeah, honestly, like, I think like, you just need the confidence, So I agree with Chris on the score.
This is for you, Star Wars Daddy.
Star Wars Daddy, listen, they're doing it for you. If they're going to play their hearts out on your behalf. Gentlemen, I'm going to send you over with about 1:15 by the time me saying this are going to be on. I'm going to drop you down into that chat, and we'll see if we can find you into the winner's interview. Good luck.
All right,
thank you. I love you.
Oh, well, that was pretty forward. He loves me? Damn. I don't know if I'm ready for that level of commitment right now, Chad. I don't really. I'm focused on my craft right now. I'm focused on my work. I don't know if I can deliver where they need me most, but no, jokes aside. See if they can deliver where their team needs them most right now. Tony, def like the cool unk at the function that gives kids $20 each when he drunk. I'm only 23, bro. I'm not unk. I'm only 23. I will be unk soon, actually, though. My brother's having a kid. My brother, who's 10 years older than me, just announced they're having a little baby girl. So that's pretty awesome, I have to say. But listen, if I was the unk at the function and I did have a couple of drinks, I would probably be slipping some dollars over to my nieces and nephews, making sure their pockets stay full and that they're eating right in the playground. They're getting their hustle on with some snacks. You know the biz. I was a little bit of a hard read there from It's Easy in the Twitch chat as to the inner lookings of my character, but into the inner lookings of this game, we now need to set our sights and shift focus, guys. Keep locked in. We've got Counter-Strike in 1v1 me to be able to say that we've got moving forward. Oh, my 1v1 me app just straight up crashed. Who did that? Which one of you bums crashed my phone? See, I know you already. We just met. Meant for each other. Damn. Take me out on a date first, please. Oh, my God. Louie for the dub. Trust, says Oni. Oni Yi. Oni Yi. If that's how that's pronounced. I don't know. I don't know. Wumbo for the kill. Wumbo going for the jugular. He's grabbing you. He's holding you. He's strangling you. And he's got the win. Just like that. That's what we're thinking. At least so too does Neck believe. That's a pretty outright, straight up name, Neck. It's pretty fitting a name when it comes to choking. Nah, skip the dinner and get straight into playing games with each other. Oh, okay. My duo queue right there. Let's pause that music despite how vibey it really be. And get into our game. It's Laboom, baby. It is Laboom. Very quick tuck. Dual Berettas. Looking to get kind of switchy with it. On top of these boxes, maybe Laboom is going to go flooding over them. Tap. Needing that flash in order to get over and out. Oh, no. Didn't get full vision onto that player, actually, before it had covered them, but still able to find the damage. And Louie was the last of them. Did they stick in the sight? Or did they go for the loop? Nope. They're still near. Close and involved and patient with the burst from Laboom for the first round. And Laboom first blood. Laboom first blood again. That seems to be something that we've seen happen many a time over now. Laboom has no one muted. He's only letting us hear half the voice comms right now, chat. That's kind of toxic. Should we switch to no one's POV so we hear the both of them, or what? It's your call. I'll let you decide. I'll let you steer the ship in the right direction. Incendiary goes absolutely flying over their heads. If they were even there at all. The second of the HEs, if they were to try and make their way back into the position, they would have ate. And eventually they will be spotted. I didn't know you could tuck against this wall right here to the right. That could be OP. And that, yeah, that is interesting. That's a good comm from Laboom, noting the fact that there wasn't a smoke actually thrown to the site for when they wanted to plant Wumbo on the Galil, and into the reface finds the two of them out in the middle of nowhere. Ooh, switch Maestro. All right, we're gonna get to Laboom. We're gonna get to no one's POV so we can hear the both of them talking. Desert Eagles, baby. Not the greatest weapon for this job, I will say. I think they're gonna get red. I think that boost is gonna get red. No one's just gonna be listening for the stick to the tap. Wumbo can't actually get out though without having been spotted by Laboom, but Louie could also watch his back. Oh, elevated angle for both of them though. Yeah, save those HEs. Save those high explosive grenades to blow open the smoke.
Yeah, because they know we have a lineup. Yeah, I'm starting on the stairs. Yeah, that's like, okay, that's perfect.
Seeing as they won last round, Wumbo and Louie are going to have so much more money than they would have had otherwise. They got that bomb planted too. That's an extra $600. They should be fully kitted. To whereas Laboom and no one aren't exactly going to be exactly where they need to be as far as their money is concerned. Do they have another HE? I don't see, but it looks like they do. Planter now dead.
Retake now. Have a flash, wait. Flashing right.
And it's Wumbo to clutch. Flash goes high and wide. No sound cues from the last T player just yet. From the window. A tap turn burst, turned lineup from both of them. Might need to go for another tap here, Laboom. Actually, he leaves his teammate completely uncovered. He doesn't have a kit. I don't think he has it. No, he doesn't. That's a frowny face emoji. That was a little bit of a fumble, it felt like there, from the map awareness of no one, leaving him susceptible to a swing from that window piece. That would have been the 2-2 tie. Now they're on the back foot. Now they're on the downtrend.
It's okay. We don't have a bad plan. I think one of these rounds we should play the push.
I don't know.
I'm playing close sight.
Tie time now that these SMGs come alive. They got to come back with something strong. Laboom setting a flash. No flash, I lied. Oh, no. That's difficult. Oh, hold on. This is one of those things that they mentioned that they may have been cooking. Full stick? Not quite. Loud sounds, and the bullets do spray them down. It's going to have to be another try from the same space, and I don't think he's going to be any more successful than his predecessor. Nade off that wall to the toes. Still no stick. They're just toying with him. And he has no idea where he even is at this point, man. What's the commentator's name? What's up, Bribey Staken? My name's Tony. Wonderful to meet you. Great to make your acquaintance. Appreciate you stopping in for the CS2 division of 1v1 me tonight. And I appreciate you for asking my name. 4-1 deficit. That plan not really coming to fruition just yet. And taking his time as best as he can. No one just can't hit the shot. And after that fact, it's Laboom who dies almost immediately following too.
By the way, we can't spam if with their smoke. There's like no lineup.
Yeah, they're smoking deep, so we can't like
Okay, can we do this? Can you just start by mauling right side and then go to boost me on the left? Okay. All I want to do.
Are you just gonna sit?
I'm just gonna.
Smoke Molly. Dropping down. Barely a sound as to where that next step could be from the tee. And now they've kind of given up the sound cue.
Can you just flash the smoke?
Yep.
No one's just going to sit here for a few.
On their second smoke.
And now listen, if Louie and Wumbo drop that second smoke that no one is talking about, and they wait for him to hit this flank timing, that would be absolutely beautiful reads from them. Listen to the pre-match and you would know who wins. JT next up. You might be onto something here. I didn't actually give my prediction on this game, though, I don't think. I think I just went with what the players were saying. Did I?
He's on top of the box. They boosted.
I think I said 9 to... No, I don't think I gave mine. But they're going to be walking in somewhat blind now to this site as the smoke's in the center of it. And the roles are reversed. This time it's actually Wumbo and Louie who play towards the CT spawn. Molly towards that bomb. And now it's effectively unwinnable. I mean, him not having a kit makes this hopeless. Trying to bait them out into duels is one thing. A tap for the tenor. And the last of them to actually just decimate him. Farted on by Louie. That was something special.
Yeah, I have it.
The flank isn't bad, but
I want to smoke in front of their smoke.
Okay, let's do that.
Incendiary off that wall, bangs back. Going to be able to stop them in their tracks, but that Molotov sent immediately into no one's direction will do the exact same. So, looks like Louie and Wumbo say touche. Two can play at that game. And this is just loud swings from no one, just trying to get the bomb planter, and there was already a player hurt. And coverage from Wumbo is next level, 7-1. Oh, man. I'm going to switch to the Louie POV.
I should have had a kill there, but I'm just...
This is so funny.
Louie doesn't have a shirt on. Louie doesn't have a shirt on.
His hair is like amazing in that picture. Just play back again. Just play like I'm gonna buy a nade actually.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually gonna buy a nade
I got
too.
nade and molly.
I'm gonna troll. Not
I'm gonna
troll.
hold a
but-
nade on the plant spot.
Oh, that's not trolling. He's not trolling when he says what he's doing. He's going to drop a Molotov on their plant, and then he's going to drop an HE onto their plant. And they're going to be pissed. But Wumbo has a molly and an HE too.
I'll see anything on the left. We'll look right real quick.
They are going to be playing some really annoying Counter-Strike right now.
I think they're like walking up maybe possibly.
Maybe, possibly, maybe.
Get a nade, brother.
Oh, my God. Hold those nades. Hold that line, boys. Oh, Louie and Wumbo might be doing something dastardly, I got to say. First nade.
He got off.
No plant.
He's on
Molly to go behind it. Louie has the second set, guys. Louie has the second set. Nade now. Second Molly now. Oh, no, the smoke didn't fully extinguish before he had let it loose. Ah, that should be it. That should be wraps. No armor for Louie right now in the 1 versus 2. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And he stuck to that box. He just held it.
Bro,
Not even a single point of damage with that that nade. I was going to say the same thing, man. I reflect your same sentiments here, Lou. I was about to look all over my desk saying, where's my phone?
Just stay on the left here and just throw your nade like I'll throw mine first and then I'll move for you.
Up top, okay.
Timing is everything at this point. With these HEs, I mean, that's the best chance that they're ever going to have to try and hit a kill.
Alright, they were split this
Might need to just let this one go for a retake, but they don't have a kit. And the kit in this game, for those of you who don't know, is that when the bomb is planted, you can defuse it for 10 seconds. But when you have a kit,
And then you boost me.
it only takes 5 seconds, which really, really opens up opportunities for you. Shaving that in half. Nade. And yeah, again, they've just used the both of them now to no real efficiency.
Keeping problems here.
And that's a smoke from Louie that he's thrown to try and get in. And actually, yeah, he's going to get up on that. Tap onto the bomb. Dinked by Laboom, who actually kills his teammate immediately afterwards. Good lord.
Only 2 and 1 on my nade. How much does yours do?
I don't think I hit him at all.
I don't know why nade
Do it again and then
Is
hold
Louis...
tap and then do it the second time.
Is that Burger King? Is Louie eating Burger King?
Here, can you just boost me actually?
I'm not judging.
Yours left. I'm pretty sure
Burger King is pretty good every now and again, I will say, but it just goes right through me, man.
Yeah, one just spotted us. You want a nade? You want...
I have no nade. Did he see you?
A wide HE. The boost goes in. And he's making so much noise, I don't think he's really sold the fake. Laboom and no one are just going to hit plant after plant, dude. Nothing's stopping them. Oh! That almost stops them. Oh my god, that was almost huge. Okay. Maybe still not that far gone. AK for Wumbo. Molly to his left now to where he can swing wide. Get more involved. And now he knows. That bomb is planted ever so slightly to the player's left, but Laboom will lose it, and Wumbo, he wins, to which Louie can't simply believe.
Who was that?
That is unfortunate. A boom.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. That's so funny. His reaction. Oh. Oh.
Play back now and just win.
Yeah. You think we
That's a. I can't tell. I think that might be either a. I can't tell if that's a farted on moment or if that's a sad trombone moment. To be completely honest with you, to be completely square. AK and rifle for the both of them. Playing to close.
Hey, why'd you smoke like there, mid?
Playing to finish.
They're coming from the right.
Wumbo and Louie really haven't pressured the right side of this map at all. I just realized.
It's too far.
It's an okay blow, honest and truthfully. Wumbo seems to find enough. And now the last hope that they could have is a swing from the right from Laboom to make it a 1 versus 1, or for Wumbo to walk through the smoke and make it a win at 9-3. Good lord. It's happened.
It was really fun. Did we figure the map out yet? I'm not sure.
Did you figure the map out yet? You're not sure. That's the last words that I heard uttered from your mouth as we do go into our winners interview. And I guess that is a little bit of a sentiment as to, do you guys really think that you have this map figured out just yet? Because it felt like it was, at least on the CT side, starting to get a little bit stagnant, even though you pulled away with that not so lucky round. Pretty skillful from Wumbo.
I think T side we figured out, but the CT a little bit, what do I say? Like some kinks.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. A little bit of fixing still to be done. A little bit of work to be seen in the back rooms. But right now, I think the win is a win at 9-3. You can't knock that. I mean, the losses started to only stack on that CT side, which is not really that great of a problem. You had to get your money back in shape too. So, talk to me at least slightly about how you started to figure out what was going on that first half that you had swindled them so very deep, because they said in their pregame that they had a pretty decent plan, so they thought going into it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just learned from our last 2 games, and we just kind of took that information and applied it to this one.
Okay. Yeah, so it wasn't really all that much adaptation coming into this game in particular. It was more so just an evolution over time based on what you've done?
Yeah.
You learn a lot from mistakes and losses, so.
Yeah, that's a good lesson to live by. A lot of the stakers are probably feeling that same way when it comes to anybody who staked against you tonight in this game, at least. Hot damn. Good win on you, 9-3. I have to say congrats. And with that, I can bid you adieu and let you go to sleep. I know it's a little bit late, the latest of the night, obviously, but I appreciate you stopping in nonetheless to give me a chat.
Yeah, why not? Thanks for doing this, bro.
For sure,
Appreciate
team.
you.
For sure. See you again real soon. Always a pleasure.
Yep. Have a good night.
You as well. And that sees the end of our night, chat. That sees us done and dusted on day 3. 4 and 5. 4 and 5 coming up soon. We've got Thursday and Friday just around the bend. Feeling the weekend right around the corner. Sweet, sweet relief and release. As I appreciate you guys for jumping in. Thank you so much for jumping in and giving me that entertaining game, as well as the ones that we've had. You know, you guys have been super great in the chat, and I appreciate you nevertheless, as always. I hope to see you again real soon. My name is Tony. If you want to follow me on my socials, follow me on Twitter at WhyNotCS2. But until I do see you again in about 21 hours or so time, I hope you have a good night.